Guys, fair warning, I will here at some point, I think in the next 15 minutes, go to grab some food I ordered from downstairs, but that should only take me like a few minutes. Hopefully less time than this. Oh, now I can't hear anything. Oh no.
It's because
we're not talking.
Oh, okay, good. Okay. Oh, hey Chad, what's going on?
You just broke Alex.
Sweet.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Friday Night Dice. My name is Matt, and welcome to our Friday night campaign, the Spread Eagles. Glad to see you guys all again. Yeah, Bunch of fucking children. Like nothing changed.
Live with this one.
You married me.
No comment.
Feels like it's been 10 years.
Probably because it pretty much has been.
It has not.
All your characters are like 5 years older now, just been floating through the astral sea in this teleportation circle you just took. Oh, it's been a while.
Yes.
Been a while.
It has been a while. I haven't seen you.
Seriously gonna smack the shit out of you.
That's spousal
That's
abuse.
abuse.
Lexi just witnessed it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we played Dungeons and Dragons here, and during the last minute of the map scroll, I ran to my car because I was looking through my book for Kelwork, and I was like, I get to roll some portents, and I looked in front of me, I was like, there's no dice tray. I need to hurry.
Nice.
I'm glad my mic was muted because I literally said, oh shit! Just full volume.
I'll tell you that no one noticed.
Yeah, I sure fucking didn't.
Oh, my mic has been on. Okay, I will be right back, guys. Feel free to keep running things without me.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. So
The portents have been rolled.
When someone comes to rob his hotel room.
it's possible.
That'll be one hell of a thing to see on the webcam.
That would be kind of awkward.
You should just take us down
Did
to
we
the
just watch
lobby
him
with
put pants on?
I think so. I think we did.
What's gonna say it? Maybe you put on shoes.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. that he had shorts on and put pants on to go down to get his food. Because it's cold.
Let's give him a half benefit of the doubt. He put on shoes, but he did not put on socks.
Oh, okay.
So it's just all sweaty in
I
there.
thought you were gonna say shoes but not pants.
Shoes, but not the leg warmers. He was not.
Oh
wearing those.
god. Well, we are down a crest tonight, so at least we won't have to deal with anyone flirting with every single NPC. But
You say that.
okay, every single female
said it's
NPC.
I don't flirt with them. I just bang them. So.
Only done that once. But
Still talk about it.
That bastard.
literally,
Approves of animal abuse.
until last session was quite literally one of your only friends, and you still call him a bastard.
We have more friends last session?
Genera, the bard, gave you guys lots of money.
Yeah.
So, let's just get into tonight's session then. I will do my best on this recap because it's been like 3 months since we played. Yeah. So, last we gathered, we watched as the Spread Eagles venturing through the Ivory Coast, getting a bit of relaxation in, tracking down some leads, and gathering information for their journey ahead, when Keller came across some unsettling news. An old friend of his, a close friend from his childhood, was under arrest and to be put on trial within the next coming weeks within the city of Zakarat. A little unsettled by this, he and Holland went to leave, but as they left, were guided towards the beach. Not long after, the rest of you were approached and coerced into coming along at the assumption that your two friends had been kidnapped, and you really did not have a choice. But as you guys went, didn't really care for what the individuals had to offer, what they had to say.
Reasonable.
And eventually a fight ensued. It didn't take you guys long to realize that the individuals you were facing were quite formidable. But halfway through your battle, you guys were met with some unlikely heroes. As a massive eagle came flying in, seemingly out of nowhere. What's that?
I said bless you.
Oh.
Thank you. You were gonna say it.
Continue.
You're also blessed too, Shelby. But not by me. I don't bless you specifically.
Rude.
She's the cleric. She's supposed to be blessing everyone else.
I don't have the power to bless you. Anyway, onward.
As the giant eagle came soaring in, on the back, a young woman wielding a massive maul. The two of them joined the fray, and with their help and assistance were able to desecrate and defeat these foes, with only one of them, a Fearbog wizard, escaping. Without any inkling of where he might have gone or what his goal might have been, the five of you took a offer from Genera, this newfound satyr man that seemingly had information that not even you guys knew. He shared what little he could about the group known as the Tabernacle of the Resurrected. He explained that if you guys were to come with him, he might be able to get you more information, point you in the direction of what the Tabernacle of the Resurrected might be trying to accomplish, or why they might have been trying to recruit all of you, and why they were stockpiling Aether. But who knows? He explained that he worked for an organization known as the White Griffins Trading Company, and that through a magical teleportation circle, he could bring you to their headquarters within the Golden Coast. With this being shaving nearly a week off of your travel, it was an easy decision. So the 5 of you took Genera up on his offer, and we now find all of you arriving within the White Griffin's trading company. Genera and your newfound friend Kel, the changeling paladin. Standing in front of you, you find yourselves in a large room. Multiple different pockets kind of around the outside of the room with various teleportation circles that come from all corners of the globe. And in front of you, a long hallway. Genera greets all of you. Hope the travel wasn't too unsettling. I don't know if you guys are familiar or used to teleportation.
No?
I'd only read about it, actually.
First time, but it was nice. Quick.
Well, welcome to our place. We have multiple things here that might be able to assist you, but feel free to look around and perhaps we can talk later over dinner and go over whatever information I might be able to provide you and whatever assistance I might be able to aid you in.
Anything we should be aware of while we're here? Places to not go.
If the door's locked, don't go in it. That's about all I would say.
Fair enough.
Go find the locked doors.
How about no?
They are gracious enough to bring us here. Not do that.
Beanie.
Well, Kel and I need to go report to Toria Regis, who is the leader here. Perhaps we could meet and talk over dinner, and if you guys need anything, simply send a message.
Sounds lovely. Thank you.
The two of them kind of take their bow and go on their way.
I guess we'll start wondering.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Eat things,
See, now that I have the
people.
power to do so.
Oh, God damn it. As you guys kind of wander out of the teleportation room, you find various people of all shape and size kind of running to and fro, coming from the various rooms. You pass by what appears to be a small personal study that Genera and Kel have kind of walked into, and you see the door close behind them, and you can see that there is 2 other doors in that room that lead deeper in, perhaps deeper into this organization or hideout. Not exactly sure, but multiple different people kind of greet you as you're walking by, seemingly that arriving with other members, they don't really question why you're here or what you're doing. You pass by the study and find yourselves in almost a massive warehouse. Various goods and artifacts and items of all shape and size lining the shelves. You can see there are books, there are large swords, shields, armor. There are chests filled with gold and jewels. A whole wall lined of various different colors of aether, kind of categorized by shape, size, and color.
Well, this is certainly something. Added to the group. Do we...
I'm sorry, did you say that these are situated along the wall, or are these...
Yeah, they're kind of
shelf
along the
type?
wall, and then there are short rows in the middle of the room with various other items on them.
I guess my question would be, does it feel to me like we're on the wrong side of the room, or is this more of like a library setup?
This is more like a library setup.
I'll just go perusing. Looking, not touching.
Walking through, you find all manner of items. You find a whole section that just has various potions of various different colors in them. Some have tiny little toenails floating in them. Others have little ice shards that are kind of floating throughout them. Another has a dagger, a large potion bottle that is cylindrical with a dagger sitting in the middle. No. Continuing, you can find As you kind of pass by, there is another little section, and as this little section, you kind of walk down, and in the center there is what appears to be an alchemy table, various different bits of beakers and vials in a small little distillery, and you can see the shelves around it are just lined with herbs and spices in various regions that could be used for making potions. Continuing down, you find what appears to be a large oval-like table in front of you with various different runes kind of carved into it that have like almost a shimmer of blue to them, like they have sapphire dust or something inlaid within the runes themselves. And as you're kind of looking around, there are various different little jars of gem dust kind of lined out on the outside, what appears to be an enchanter's table laid out before you. And you can see there are people kind of coming and going. They're taking things off the shelves and taking them back out to the front of the building. You can see some people are bringing things in, putting them up on the shelves. You see one man kind of rolling in with a large chest in hand that's kind of cracked open and has too much stuff inside of it. You can just see whole hordes of gold and silver kind of shining from the inside this chest. And he takes it and opens up one of the doors, and as the door swings open, there's almost like a glitter of gold and sparkling lights that kind of come out from the inside. A massive vault room filled with treasure.
Where?
As you guys are kind of like walking throughout, you can see there are a few people that are kind of taking notice of you guys just randomly walking out, and one of them eventually walks up to you. Can I help all of you? Are you looking for something specific? Did Genera send you out on an errand, or...?
Not exactly, but we did come here with Genera and Kel. I was kind of just taking a look around. I wasn't sure. What is the nature of this place?
Trade. We are a trading company. So
everything here is for sale?
No, this is the warehouse. Some things are stocked here for adventures, warehouse needs, perhaps maybe things that we might use for travel. We do have various numbers of ships in our fleet and various other caravans that venture out from the city, and some of these things could be used for protection or paying of bodyguards. Really, it's who's to say, but really anything you need could be found here.
Well, what do you think, Hallen, Tophen, Bavaria, maybe? What do we think? Do a little bit of trading for a moment. I mean, these probably go straight to the company, the people who helped us out, so might be something.
I don't see why not.
Sure. If. Yeah.
Can't believe I just suggested a shopping episode.
I was gonna say, Kelric, if you really want to spend some time shopping.
I think I need to sit down. I'm not feeling well.
I mean, if you guys are looking for something specific, I might be able to find it for you, but I mean, nothing in particular is for sale, if that makes sense. People bring us their goods, we transport them, or people bring us their things that they want to be stored away, we keep them here. Does that make sense?
I understand. What? You need something in particular, anyone? What's our goal here?
I suppose I was a bit curious. Like I said, we traveled with your friend Genera. He seems well trained in the arcane, specifically, I guess, related to teleportation and a little bit of underhandedness. I'd like to pick up something that he might be interested in picking up, if that's makes any sense.
Something that Genera might be interested in?
Correct.
It's hard to find something he's interested in. He has a keen eye for interesting artifacts.
Any +2 rapiers, perhaps?
He does enjoy a sword, or two. But...
It's a subtle dig.
Yeah.
Nobody got that here.
I understood it.
Yeah.
But he is a traveled man, and it's hard to find something that really catches his eye. He is one of the higher-ranking members of our organization here, and as such, he kind of finds himself busy.
Apparently.
Well, understood. I'll tell you what, we'll give it some thought and maybe circle back around. I'm sure maybe Genera Kel had some time. Maybe they could recommend a thing or two.
Some more health.
Oh, I'm sure they could. But as far as something for teleportation, I might be able to find something for you. You give me a moment.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if you trade in them perhaps a scroll of some form, just in case we're in a pinch.
Say that one more time.
Perhaps a scroll, just in case we're in a pinch and I need to get my friends out of something.
We might have... I mean, we do have all manners of scrolls there. Those of the trading company like to sell or take with them for a last-minute ditch effort whenever they might need to get out of a sticky situation. There are lots of bandits and other people that tend to poach on our caravans. I do have one thing that comes to mind, a book that might interest you, which kind of leads you down, kind of taking a few different... What?
Look, interesting, Kelrick? Never.
Leads you down a few different aisles until you eventually come to one that's kind of lined with various different books. A few of them even looking like spell books from different eras of various different mages and wizards throughout the years. She kind of goes through it and kind of finds, I think this one would be to your liking. She hands it over to you, and you may look up the item, Atlas of Endless Horizons.
Muted. Can't hear you.
You're right, sorry, I coughed. Okay, I suppose, Kelrick would know what this is off the top of its head?
Sure.
So I'll read it for the chat. I'm gonna read this, and I'm not even gonna read it before. This thick book is bound in dark leather, crisscrossed with inlaid silver lines, suggesting a map or chart. When found, the book contains the following spells, which are wizard spells for you while you are attuned to the book: Arcane Gate, Dimension Door, Gate, Misty Step, Plane Shift, Teleportation Circle, and Word of Recall. It functions as a spellbook for you. While you are holding the book, you can use it as a spellcasting focus for your wizard spells. The book has 3 charges. It regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. You can use the charges in the following ways while holding it. If you spend 1 minute studying the book, you can expend 1 charge to replace one of your prepared wizard spells with a different spell in the book. The new spell must be of the Conjuration School. When you are hit by an attack, you can use your reaction to expend 1 charge to teleport up to 10 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. If your new position is out of range of the attack, it misses you. Pardon, how much for this item? 20,000 gold.
As I said, most things here aren't for sale. If you're a friend of Genera's and you're interested in it, I'm sure he could find a job or even loan it out to you. Simply tell him of your interest to it.
Sorry, I was a bit hasty on that one. We'll probably be doing some work for Genera, so we'll see. I appreciate you showing me the item, making me aware of it.
Well, I will wrap it up, so to speak, and send it off to Genera. Perhaps whenever you meet with him later today, I believe he said that the chef who was expecting all of you for dinner, and he can talk it over with you then.
I'm much appreciated.
No problem.
Wild ass item.
That's a really cool. That is a really cool wizard item.
Wild ass item.
So, as you guys are looking around, and this woman, who I should have mentioned, introduced herself as Mangela. She kind of meanders off into the distance, kind of grabs her cart that she was pushing around and starts grabbing the other various items and putting them back on the putting them up onto the shelves. And she kind of looks back to you guys. If you'd like to venture out into town before dinner, it's down the hall and to the right will lead you straight out into the streets.
Tanaka, I think we will venture just a little bit.
So as you guys kind of follow her direction and go leading down that room, you pass by one room that appears to be a small but elegant dining room. There's a massive table that looks just like it could sit maybe 10 people around it, 4 on each side and 1 at each head. It's kind of lined with these gorgeous tapestries and pictures around the room, and a massive crystal chandelier in the center that kind of hangs above and creates a very elegant looking ballroom. As you guys continue down, you find yourselves as you exit out into what appears to be like the front of a shop. You exit out, there's a counter, there's various things that are actually for sale out here in the front, and a small little noblewoman that's kind of sitting behind the counter, kind of flipping through a book. She nods at all of you, doesn't really pay any mind to you, just exiting out, and you can peruse if you'd like, or exit into the streets.
Got too much cash.
There are various different spell scrolls, a few items of weapons and armor that kind of line the walls. Most appears to be your generic, for D&D terms, +1 armors, +1 weapons. There appear to be a couple different shields and various different spell scrolls that kind of line a shelf.
Use new armor.
Pull up this here real quick.
Hey, Alan, what you snacking on over there?
Excuse me, I'm so sorry. The most expensive pulled pork I think I've ever bought at a hotel. Man, that for like a to-go tray, like yay biggish, with some bread and coleslaw, it was like 21 bucks.
Holy crap! It's 21 gold. What the hell?
Yeah, it was a lot of gold. It was kind of wild. After I got my fries and taxes, it came out to like 31. It's a lot of smackaroos.
Wow. That is absurd.
Oh yeah.
Was it good at least?
It was actually really good. The taste was definitely worth the price, but the portion, I don't know. Might have to talk to the chef here at this Traders Guild about his portions.
So I guess here's a question to the group: is it worth buying all this stuff, or should we just try to get cooler stuff from inside and do jobs for it? Or
That was kind of my thoughts as well, Tophin. I think Genera is a fast but welcome friend, as is Kel. And I think that through them, we'll find things that we're looking to obtain that we won't get elsewhere.
yeah, I mean, this is their shop, right?
All right, and I'm sure that there are many things that they're not interested in doing personally that we could easily pick up and accomplish, and again, retrieve items that they are no longer interested in. They seem to be a step up. They came in and kind of saved the day on that beach.
I mean, I guess that's one way to look at it.
I don't consider that we owe them a debt necessarily, but
Oh, they're
I think
certainly
it
friends.
can be a symbiotic relationship. Sorry
What's
for
our
being
next-
pedantic.
What's our next goal here?
Well, we're on the Golden Coast. What city are we in, DM? Again?
You are in Port Hare High.
Port Hare High, that's right. Why don't we just wander until about dinner time, see what's what?
Oh, we won't get into any trouble doing that, I'm sure.
Well,
I more meant, do we have anything pressing that we need to accomplish? Not necessarily short term, but I mean, where are we going? Or are we just chilling here and we'll figure that out at dinner?
I don't think we have anything pressing here in the future.
I mean, are we going back to where you two are from? And jailbreaking your friend?
I'm not sure if Kelric has shared that. I don't think Kelric has shared that
Hasn't
information.
shared that yet.
Okay,
So you do not know that.
never mind.
I thought we did talk about it because it was in the paper.
You and I talked about it.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Okay.
But even you don't know all the full details. If I recall correctly, I don't know.
Yeah, you
You know better than I do, so...
you explicitly have not shared any information really with anyone.
I think going back to Zakrat is definitely on my to-do list and pretty quick, but Genera got us this far, so let's not discount anything that they need doing, and perhaps they can help us even further along. Let's wait and see what's what before we get too hasty.
Fair enough.
I think right now we're in one of the most advantageous positions we've been in.
I don't disagree.
So why don't we just wander? Cress, why don't you give all your gold to Howland? I'm sure he'll take care of it for you, so you're not over-tipping the bread woman and upsetting the economy around here. And let's just wander about, see what's what, get a lay of what's in Port Hair High here, and return at dinner time. Should be pretty simple. And to keep it short and sweet, DM, unless there's anything interesting cropping up, I was hoping to just get a tour. Buildings, establishments, that's what I would like to do.
Sure.
The rest of you all take it away.
I would like to get an in-depth description of every shop and no.
I would like to go carousing and make an enemy. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah!
Let's
For
destroy
the
some
two things we
economy.
usually do at the beginning, I stop it.
You went robot there, Holland.
I said those are the two things we usually do whenever we go somewhere new.
That is 100% true. It is your guys' MO.
I always.
So, as you guys exit out the shop and you find yourself in the beautiful laid out city of Port Hair High, as I stumbled to find the music I'm looking for.
Funky beat.
You guys exit into the beautiful city of Port Hair High out of the White Griffin's Trading Company. You look above you and there is a small little sign that kind of hangs out, kind of chiseled into a white griffin that reads White Griffin Trading Company on it, kind of hanging and swinging in the wind. As you look around, the first thing you notice is the smell of the salt air. Instantly fills your nostrils. A beautiful setting. Rays of gold shine down and dance off of the bay. You can see the varying different elevations of Port Hair High. You can see up as the different stone stairs that are kind of built into the sides of the different elevations, leading to various different sectors of the city, kind of looking as if the city itself is divided into its different quadrants by its elevation. You guys find yourselves in the area known as the Shallows. The city of Port Hair High is divided into, let me see, I forget the exact number. The Opal District, the Reefs, the Shallows, and then the Outskirts. A collection of traders who come and kind of station themselves on the outsides of the city before people can ever enter. As you guys are just kind of meandering around and looking, you can see, as you kind of check out the... Say that again?
The last district was the outskirts?
Correct.
Okay. Sorry, go on.
You can see that as you're kind of perusing the various carts, just a quick look on the outskirts of the city. Most of the stuff on the outside of the city is astronomically priced compared to what you saw in the couple of shops throughout the city. Seeming like everybody tries to price gouge before you get into the city. Port Hair High is known as one of the largest ports in the known world, a center for trade and freedom. Throughout the various districts, you could see notable places known as the Brass Tacks Tavern in the Reefs, a very large, well-off inn that seemingly had very well-dressed patrons coming to and fro, and as well as another well-off, even more luxurious tavern known as the Siren's Meat Hall within the Opal District, the most high-up district throughout the varying different elevations of the city. And as you kind of look around, you get the sense that the higher elevations of this difference of the city, you get to the more expensive districts. The lower you go, the cheaper things get, but also the rougher they get. The only area that you guys really saw that had any sort of normalcy or a leveled out difference between cheap and expensive things was...
You're 5. You're actually 5. I don't even think stream heard that, but you're 5.
Trying to find it here. Is in
It's true.
the other of the last district, Hawker's Wharf. As you guys are kind of looking around, you can see off in the distance the massive mountain range that kind of over-encompasses Port Hare High of the Whimsong Peaks. A mountain range that is a familiar sight for those of you from the Andala Republic. This is the mountain range that spans the northern edge of the Andala Republic and can be seen from miles around. The clouds kind of dancing around it, and even various large winged beasts flying from mountaintop to mountaintop. As you guys are looking around, a couple places of note that you would notice are a large guild hall known as the Dragon's Watch. A little information just talking from locals would tell you that the Dragon's Watch is a very exclusive mercenary group. They only accept or employ Dragonborn, and they are well known throughout the city for always getting the job done and never backing down from a fight. A couple other places of note that you could see are the Artisans Guild, a rival guild to the White Griffins Trading Company. Not nearly as large of a building, but definitely a bit flashier. The White Griffins Trading Company seems to be set so that it kind of blends in, so that it doesn't want itself to stand out, while the Artisans Guild looks to be made of very expensive red wood, has all these various different knickknacks and accents on it of gold and silver, kind of giving it a bit of a more expensive and luxurious look, but not quite as large of a building. You find various different temples to Udatir, Zarina, Yildrathan, and Vasmordial as you're kind of venturing throughout the streets. One thing that I should have mentioned that what's that?
Different gods that were...
Yeah, you've seen a few of their temples. Udatir was one of the larger temples in Baldwin Port whenever you guys were there. But Yildrathan is definitely something very new. That is what Crest could at least share with you. One of the gods, or the goddesses that is considered forbidden both in the Brawlhalla Concord and the Zartalos Empire. She is known as the Goddess of Luck. As you guys kind of day goes on and you find a few other things of note, one thing you guys catch as you're venturing throughout the outskirts, you find a peculiar man who seems to have a large cart, and on his cart there are nothing but jars of pickles. And he just kind of looks like he's down in the dirt, doesn't really care for his life, and this is all he has.
DM, I would
Yes.
like to the poor pickle man.
Same.
As you approach the human man, he seems to be an average-looking man. Nothing really special about him. Perhaps in his mid-30s. Doesn't look like he's had a customer all day. And his cart is just filled with jars of large pickles.
Sure. Cool. Hello, sir. What by chance may you be selling on this fine cart of yours?
Kind of looks over.
Pickles! He's selling pickles!
Pickles. By the jar.
How much
Oh,
are
you
your
don't
fancy
say,
pickles?
huh? How much business would you say you get on average selling pickles to the good people of the Golden Coast?
Little to none. I am just trying to make a living for my wife and 2 kids. But this is seemingly all I have.
May I sample one of your pickles?
Try.
I'm gonna roleplay for another character right quick and have Crest come in and buy the whole party pickles.
I was gonna say,
2 pickles.
I feel like we're
with a
doing
tip.
this for Crest's sake, if anything else.
2
Okay.
pickles with a hefty tip is what Crest is immediately doing.
Well, there's 3 pickles per jar. But the issue is I can't get them open.
Me!
Yeah, Crest also raises her
You
hand.
can't.
Wait.
You can't open your own pickle jars?
Yeah, that's what I. Thank you, Howland.
Wait a minute.
I know it sounds strange. Okay, I got a bit swindled. I can't get the jars open.
Swindled? Who is tightening your pickle jars on you, dude? You need to watch your cart better.
It's a long story. A wizard played an evil trick on me.
Oh, I need to hear about this.
So there's this wizard,
Let's go kill him.
and his name's Perrin, and his life work was to create the perfect pickle. So,
Where does he reside?
well, I don't know.
Can I
anyway-
get your name?
Yes. Let me go back over to. My name is Theron Coulter.
Theron Colter, the Pickle Man. Okay.
So this wizard, he spent his life trying to create the perfect pickle, you know, the right crispiness, the right juiciness, and I mean, who doesn't love a good pickle? So I thought, hell, I'll buy into it, and now I find myself.
Fucking pyramid scheme for pickles.
You know.
So now I find myself with a stockpile of these pickles that I spent my life savings on, and my family goes hungry, and I can't even eat them.
So, hold on. I want to be clear about this. You spent your life savings on jars of pickles that you can't open.
Well, I didn't know I couldn't open them at the time.
Let me open the pickle
Why?
jar!
Why can't you open them?
You spent your life savings on jars of pickles without having a sample.
Well, I mean, I just took him for his word. I thought a well-known wizard. Have you guys ever heard of Perrin? Is he well-known?
Have I ever
Have I
heard
ever
Aaron
heard of
is
this
the
man?
No.
Yeah, can we do? Okay.
Nope.
No.
He just said no. There's no.
Not even a check. Just no.
Well, Theron, do you by chance know why you can't get the pickles open? Is there like a magical seal on the jar?
There's something to open this?
Well, it's just very tight on there. I don't know if it's necessarily magical or how it works, but the pickles themselves are technically magical.
Excuse me?
Well, they're magic
Magical
pickles.
pickles?
That's why they're so special and delicious. But I mean,
Okay.
so I'm told.
So,
Theron, you need to tell me what these pickles do right now.
Well, if I'd had one, I could tell you, but I don't know exactly what
Okay.
they do.
I'm going to pick up one of these jars of pickles and smash it on the ground.
If you smash it, it loses its magic.
What? How does that make sense? I'll slide him 3 gold for the broken jar of pickles.
And as you kind of look down, the pickles are like shriveling up and dying as they exit out the pickle jar.
His life savings, bro.
Well,
Who the hell? These don't look like pickle. Okay.
first of all, how much are you selling these pickles for?
1 gold a jar?
Okay.
Uh,
So that'll cover your jar.
I just need something new.
We are going to solve your pickle problem.
Give me a nickel per pickle.
Just know, the spread eagles will open this jar.
I'm sorry, the who?
Oh boy.
The Spread Eagles. That's our name.
We are famous.
We, unlike this parent fellow, are quite trustworthy and well known.
Let me play your pickles.
I am quite good at getting into things that don't want to be opened.
Very good at playing with pickles.
Take that how you will. Do you mind if we attempt to open your pickles?
You may attempt to open the pickle. Strength check, please. She can't make it.
Don't know that.
No, I do. Did you see it?
No.
Look in Discord.
Strength +3. One. No, I did not make that.
What'd you get?
7.
Plus your strength?
+3.
Oh.
I'm rolling crap.
You go to like twist on the jar and it's...
I'm gonna try again.
Go ahead, try again.
Jesus. Not gonna get it anyway. Have anything that can help me with this?
I tell you right now, it's physically impossible.
Yeah, you're done.
I really wanna open them.
We've got to have a way to open these.
Curse.
It's not a curse.
Spirit Guardians.
That's just gonna blow it up.
Calric, do you have Identify on hand?
I do. I don't think this is a matter of a spell being placed upon the item, but I can try it. I'll start working on a...
Maybe not the jar.
Identify.
I did. Dang it.
Okay, you start casting Identify on the jar. We'll get to that in a second. Is anyone
Yeah.
else trying anything?
For your information,
idea.
I am looking through CR8 monsters to see if anything has a extremely high strength, but I'm not finding anything at the moment.
Gotta be beast if you're using
pages.
polymorph.
Fuck. You're right.
I ain't got nothing.
I think we're high enough level you can turn into a T-Rex now.
Yeah.
I don't think a T-Rex would be very
And
good at
really
opening
a
jars.
T-Rex for the pickle jar.
I can turn into a T-Rex, but one thing with a stronger strength than a T-Rex is a sperm whale.
Oh.
Just figured you ought to know.
That sounds like the most efficient
Calric,
monster.
If you would please
Jars.
read Perrin's perfect jar of pickles.
Sure. I will read this item. In an age long since past, the wizard Perrin poured their life's work into one task, the perfect jar of pickles. These jars are the culmination of decades of work. Each jar of pickles contains 10 perfect pickles. The pickles are perfect in every way, and consuming one grants you 1 point of luck, which lasts for 8 hours or until used. A creature can only benefit from 1 perfect pickle at a time, and may only benefit from the effect of a pickle's perfection once per day. Any pickles consumed over 1 per day maximum are less than perfect and therefore not magical. Every jar is served tight to preserve the perfection. This P alliteration is pissing me off. And may only be opened with a DC 30 strength check. Any attempt to smash a jar ruins the quality of the pickles, rendering them non-magical and less than perfect. All attempts to open the jar with magic also render the pickles non-magical and ruin their perfect pickling flavor. So this man spent his life savings on jars that requires 30 DC strength check to open.
That he did not know at the time, but yes.
Yeah. I will tell him the nature of what he has purchased.
Just like
Okay,
starts
that's
bawling.
My good
What am I
sir,
supposed to do?
How many jars do you
No,
have?
stop,
I have
stop
50.
crying. It's look.
We will take.
Okay.
I hand him 50 gold. I will take all of your pickles.
He especially
boy.
wants your pickle.
This man is married.
Don't mean nothing.
Occasionally. stick to the jars of pickle now.
I don't think I can accept all this. It's not right.
Not enough?
No, it's more than enough.
Does it put the money back into your life savings?
Well, I didn't spend what I was charging.
How much did you spend?
Hang on, guys. Hang on. I
gold.
think.
Oh, no, it's fine. Keep it. You were going to sell them all? I'm buying them all. Now you can move on to your next venture.
Take care
There's
of
got to be
your
something I
children.
can do to repay you.
I just want the pickles.
Hang on. There is something you can do. Hold on. Sarah, I think you got a really valuable product. You just need to keep more full to the you know what I'm saying? So here's what I'm gonna do.
I kind of know what you're saying.
From one businessman to another, from one businessman to another, I'm going to give you the funds to really take this pickle production to the next level. I'm gonna give you 20 platinum. You go hire yourself a couple of mages to reverse engineer these
Eyes are
pickles.
widening.
You go. Listen to me, Theron. We got a good thing going here. You're going to go and hire a couple of mages to reverse engineer these. You're gonna hire whatever you need to open these jars, and then we're going to make a more streamlined version of this product. Right? You are going
Oh boy.
There he goes.
exchange. All I'm asking for is equals.
I think he wants 50% of the pro. I don't know, dude.
Percent?
Percent?
Oh, am I
You're
roboting? Am I
yes.
roboting right now?
Quite strong.
Okay, I'm only asking for the spread eagles to receive 5% of all total revenue annually for this investment in your pickle production.
Hold on. Colin.
Can we maybe? I mean, can I take the gold and invest in something else? Does it have to be pickles?
I don't think this man wants to be invested in pickles anymore, Holland.
Look, it's a good product. It's a great product. Even
I
we just
strongly
need.
disagree. I think it's a
What do you
terrible
mean?
product.
Pickles that can literally get you out of any sticky situation you ever find yourself into through the power of luck alone. That's incredible.
I understand that.
This pairing
but
guy
you can't
is really
open
on
the
something.
pickle jar. Here's my question: who did you buy these pickles from?
I don't know, a shady guy down at the docks.
You didn't even buy them from Perrin himself?
No,
Oh no.
There's a wizard down at the docks that said he knew him.
I think you could
Okay.
take us to
Okay,
Sarah.
Farron.
If he's even there.
I think it's worth a try. That's what you can do for us in exchange for all of this.
Okay,
And give us
well,
And
I
just
mean,
like treat your family to something nice.
I met him outside the Longing Gaze apothecary. I'm sure we could go look for him.
Yeah, let's chat with this guy. I don't know who this cheap man selling pickles behind the port
Gaze with a
is.
Z or a Y.
Z.
Okay. Less interested, but
Oh, let's go wander around the town. What could go wrong? Kelric said.
Theron kind of leads you guys
Pickle
back through the town, back down to the shallows, and just around the corner, actually, from the White Griffin's Trading Company, kind of in the opposite direction of you guys first went whenever you left, you find yourselves in. There's like an overgrown building, kind of tucked behind the walls around the corner, and you find the Longing Gaze apothecary. A large stone building kind of built into the recesses of the smaller area that makes up the shallows. As you guys are kind of like looking around the corner, it's built into the cliffside just below where the Opal District sits.
this man was just loitering outside the shop.
He was just kind of around here, and I don't see him. We could go down to Hawker's Wharf. I guess he might be around the docks. I don't know.
Go find him.
Like I said, I don't know if he's even here.
That's fair. I just wanted to see if we could find this man. I'm interested.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
Alright. Sloppy 20.
As you guys venture and walk around and meander throughout the city for a good half hour, you don't find anyone of the description that the Baron has given you.
Is, Alan, we have these in Zakarat. They're machine oil salesmen. They're not really selling what they're offering.
And now, those guys.
Alan, I think Spud is speaking for you for the moment. Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Sorry.
God.
Man.
Trying to play D&D from a hotel room, ladies and gentlemen.
The hotel room's Wi-Fi is definitely crunchy.
Yep.
Just a tad.
Gosh darn you, Alan, for living a life.
I'm sorry, I couldn't be more of assistance. I can give you guys a better. I mean, he's tall man, tall for a human, about 6'5". He had a long black beard and maybe in his late 30s. God, what was his name? I don't know if I ever got a name. Why is my memory so fuzzy? I don't know. What is wrong with you?
Can I cast Identify on this guy?
If he allows you.
Sure. I'll just... Without telling him, I'm just gonna start working on a ritual casting Identify on this
You
man.
do have to touch him throughout the entirety of the spellcast.
Yep.
So, what are you doing?
We
I'm
can
going to
touch
find out, through
Rub his
your
back.
memories. Through your memories, I could get a visual of this man and then probably track him.
Oh, okay.
Let him touch
Right.
you.
Hold still. That actually worked. I don't need to roll deception for that or anything.
This man don't really care.
Sure. I touched him for 10 minutes. That's more than most guys can last.
About 10 minutes goes by, and this man is affected by the Modify Memory spell.
Right. Tell you what, I don't remember what restores Modify Memory, but I don't think it's a Dispel Magic.
It is Remove Course or Greater Restoration.
Shit. Hey, Avaria.
Let's see.
I don't even know if Greater Restoration... I think that's a 13th level?
We don't. Let's be honest. I probably don't have it, but
I don't think you're a high enough level to have it yet.
Yeah. Greater Restoration is Verdict, a 5th level spell. She doesn't.
Yeah.
We're only at 4th, I think, right?
There is a certain person that gets 5th level spells higher faster than everyone else in this group that does have access to Greater Restoration.
Heard the words greater restoration.
He came running.
Do you have it?
Yes, I do.
Can't
I prepared.
The man that I have a cast Identify on is affected by a Greater Restoration. It is the Pickle Salesman.
He's affected
And he
by
has
Modified Memory.
His memory has been modified.
Oh. Well, I have a new spell that can fix that, I think.
Isn't that like a really expensive diamond?
It fucking might be.
And with respect, I mean, I don't dislike the Pickle Man, but we're gonna spend it on the Pickle Man.
It's just 100 GP
There's-
with the diamond dust.
Oh, that's not that bad.
No. And I actually have that in my inventory. I have 200 GP worth of diamond dust.
I feel like we have to at this rate.
Fuck yeah, we do.
Work your magic, Tolfin.
I haven't done this before,
Oh god.
but it should all be fine. Are you okay with this?
Okay with what we do it. Oh. So as you kind of cast the Greater Restoration, you reach out, and as you do, your hand begins to give a bit of a green shimmer to it. It almost has these like ethereal leaves and begin to kind of almost float with the wind around your hand. You touch it, and they kind of just swirl around his mind for a second. And for a minute, he kind of like, his eyes kind of close. I was swindled.
Stream. Aiden's gonna hate you.
That man convinced me to buy all of his product. But it's useless.
Yeah?
He's not a tall man. He's a fucking gnome. He has a goatee, it's blonde, blue eyes. And his name's Perrin.
Let's go find this motherfucker.
Is he the actual guy who makes the jar of pickles?
Tried to sell them to me first on the premise that they were perfect pickles, but then when I couldn't get the jar open and I wasn't interested, he just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and all of a sudden, last I knew, he somehow convinced me, and I found myself with 50 pickle jars.
That's so bad for this man.
And where did Perrin come from when he engaged you? Did he just walk up to you on the street, or how did you
no,
meet him?
we met down at Hawker's Wharf. He was getting off a boat. What was the name of that boat?
What day was it?
No, this was months ago. I've been trying to sell these for the last like 5 months.
Oh,
My family has been scrounging for food.
You think carefully, sir. Are you sure you have a memory? Are you sure you have a memory? Are you sure you have a family?
Oh yes, I have two kids and a wife.
Okay, but what does the government want you? Never mind. You never had a family. No, I'm kidding.
I can't let you guys all buy that. That's not fair.
Sure.
Don't worry. If we don't, our friend over there, as I point to the ASMR with the red hair, will. So
You're not
think
gonna
it's
have
kind of a
much
done
luck
deal.
stopping us.
There has to be something. I mean, let me at least work off my debt.
You're helping us find this man.
I haven't been much assistance.
Well, you're much more assistance now.
I'll tell you
Now
what.
that we actually know what he looks like.
I'll tell you what, Theron. I think we have. What do you consider yourself to be? A handyman? What was your profession before trying to peddle pickles on the street?
I was a farmer, and well, in this part of the world, that's a less than fruitful trade.
Well, jeez. Yeah, it's more like cucumbers and vinegar. I'll tell you what. I think someone of your abilities might be interesting to a friend we just acquired. Why don't you accompany us, and perhaps meet this fellow and see if they could have a million uses for someone like you, I'm sure. Could be good employment, make money for your family. I'm referring to Gennaro, but I don't mention his name.
Yeah,
just
I
so
kind
that
of
everybody
assumed.
else in the party knows. You have the knack for a sale, but you didn't have the right products.
Do you guys have like a home? Do you have a place? Maybe I could help you around.
No, I became homeless.
Do you need a place to stay? I could offer.
No,
I mean,
okay.
it's
I
not
like
much,
sleeping
but I mean,
outside.
it's only a one-bedroom place. But
Well, we came into town with some new friends. We are more than okay. I know it seems like a big stretch, but I'm just glad we are able to help.
you did more than help. I mean, I don't even. I can't take all this. And he like tries to hand you back the sack of gold.
With respect, sir, the kind of debt that you owe us is not one paid in gold or by servitude. We just want to see people bettered. So why don't you do a Shh, Alvaria, hold on. Why don't you do us a favor? Oh, I thought you were coughing snidely. Why don't you do us a favor and just stick this out for the evening and see if it's to your liking? New opportunity for employment, leg up for us and for the newly acquired friend. And we brought them someone who's willing to be helpful. Looking to start anew.
I can't thank the... There's 5 of you, right? I'm not forgetting somebody.
No, you're correct. It's just 5.
Okay, I wish... I'm grateful.
Glad we could help.
Well, I'm gonna go tell my family the good news.
We're gonna go find your boy.
Tell you what, why don't you stick by our side and at the end of the evening you can come back with better news?
Oh, okay. Oh, so
What-
where are we going?
What precise time is it, DM?
God, I have not missed. I have not missed that. Not missed that. After the adventure you guys have kind of had throughout the city, and then spent the afternoon helping Theron, you're looking at maybe 3:37 in the afternoon.
You're missing a category?
Huh?
3:37 and
26 seconds.
thank you.
29 now.
Yep.
Now 34.
69. Okay.
So we still have plenty of time to go find this motherfucker. Which is what I want to do. So, how about Theron, correct? I mean, go home and talk to your family. Could you meet us? I'm blanking on the name. The trading post.
White Griffin's Trading Company.
Yeah, those guys. Why don't you meet us at the White Griffin's Trading Company?
Dinner is 5. You guys have an hour and a half.
5 o'clock? A little earlier?
4:40, and try to bring out some of your better clothes. You'll be meeting a new employer, perhaps. It'll make a good impression.
Oh, okay. I don't really have nice clothes. I can go get cleaned up though.
Just whatever you consider your best to be. I wasn't saying it has to look expensive.
I mean, we'll be
Look
dressed like
yourself.
this. Oh.
I can dress fancy.
Okay, well, and just goes to embrace you for a hug. Thank you.
Of course, my good man.
Did I just hear that?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. You know, I thought the
Stop.
same thing, but I wasn't gonna say it. You're fucking 5. Filter, ma'am.
All night.
Filter.
There's no filter at this table.
No.
I know.
He kind of, after hugging you for what feels like a little too long, lets go, and you can see him, like, he's just, like, staring down, and, like, starts walking off. And from what you notice, it doesn't look like he goes very far. There seems to be a section, you see him kind of turn, go down a street in the shallows, and head down towards Hawker's Wharf, just before taking a left and cutting back up into the shallows, where you can see there are various sections of different sizes of and shapes of buildings, where you can see little balconies kind of out there where people have different little plants growing, or various little like personal gardens where basically where some of the people might have a small living district.
Are we
Let's
gonna go find
him.
this guy?
Let's go. We're going. Don't be squishy. We're going.
DM, I don't possibly have enough to scry on, do I? No, I don't have scry. I just have sending. Why did I say scry?
No,
No, I
there's only
definitely
one
don't have
person
anything
who's
to do
crying
with
in
it.
this party, and it's me. So.
Okay, what's the plan? We're gonna go give vigilante justice to the rotten pickle man.
Yeah,
The
we
rotten
are
pickle,
gonna
yeah.
fucking play with this guy's pickle.
Oh,
It ain't gonna
boy.
have a pickle.
Oh my.
Go!
I need something. I'm here.
We're gonna what now? His pickle?
Bonk.
Sure.
So,
Alright. Justice for Pickle Man.
alright. Avaria's bringing out a weapon, like,
So stupid.
first moment.
I will remind you that he said he hasn't seen him in 5 months.
I'm still
Yeah.
gonna keep an eye out for him as we walk around town. You don't have that much time, I know, but
I'll
Add
keep
my-
an eye out for,
my
what was it, a
staff.
blonde gnome with...
Blonde hair, blue-eyed, gnome with a goatee,
Yeah.
that's gotta stick out.
dressed in wizard's clothing.
That sticks out. I'm going to every single bar, like tavern I see. I'm going in there, like, throwing open that door. Where is he? Where's
Oh
the
my God.
pickle
We're gonna
man?
get fucking arrested.
Let me find where the first bar in the shallows is. You find yourself at the Landlocked Sailor, a large bar that seems that it's almost a step too high for the area. You can see that
Bring that door in.
the bar looks to be. It is a shamble of a building. It is barely held together. There are boards across the windows covering up where the glass has been shattered. You can see there is like rope tying together to hold up the banisters and the railings across the front of the building. As you just kind of like swing open the door as you go in, there's not very many people in here, but the old lady that's behind the bar that just kind of looks up.
Where is the pickle man?
I'm sorry, the who? And as you're kind of like talking, this half-orc man just kind of comes out from the back. You're looking for who?
The pickle man. He is a gnome. He is blonde hair, blue-eyed. He's a wizard. He is squishy, and I'm kicking his ass.
No fucking clue what you're talking about.
We're looking for a blonde gnome with a goatee.
I'ma kick his ass.
You realize this is the largest port in the world,
I
right?
understand.
We see people like... I could have seen 12 of them last week.
Fair enough.
You better not be hiding the pickle man. I'll come back for you next. Walk
Just kind of
out.
like reaches behind, pulls out a giant maul and sets it on his shoulder.
Oh,
Or what?
We don't want to play that
Oh
game,
no.
buddy.
Avaria, this is only the first bar of many. Can we move on, please?
Bring up my staff. Don't start with me, or you will be next. I have no beef with you, as long as you're hiding the pickle man. I'm going on my way. We're done. Don't say another word. Just leave it. Don't. Marge, go back out the door. Just leave it.
Alright, well, Kelrick,
As you like exit out the door, you can hear
Time to
just as
light
he's
the place
closing,
on fire.
the maul hits the ground, and he goes, "Fucking adventurers." Going to the next bar?
Go on to the next one.
I want to fuck with him. But I've already left. I will.
Alright, well. As you kind of make your way up to the next level in the elevation of the various different levels of the city, you find yourself in the reefs. And as you're kind of looking through, you see the much more lavish tavern than what you just saw with the Landlocked Sailor. You see the Brass Tacks Tavern, one of the notable places that you saw as you were venturing throughout. A very well-kept, very fancy-looking tavern. As you enter in, there's a lively band playing. The smell of freshly cooked roast kind of fills the air. It almost makes your mouth salivate a little bit as you enter in, and you can see the bar is filled with very lively people. There's people that are dancing in front of the band. There are those men that are kind of cheersing their glasses at the counter, and there are small little like streamers of this like glittery silver ribbons that kind of hang from the ceilings. You're already in.
So, Avaria, maybe we like go talk to the person at the bar instead of just shouting to the room this time.
I'm not in yet.
Just a thought.
We're at the door getting ready.
No, we like already walked inside.
Oh, I thought I was going in like guns a-blazing.
I mean, if you did, fuck it, I'm too late.
As you look behind, as you guys enter in, there is a very nondescript looking half-elf. Hard to tell whether they're actually a man or a woman because there's no really defining features of them. They have a tanned skin, an average build, shoulder-length blonde hair that kind of tuck behind the ears, and very narrow facial features.
Person's table?
No, they're behind the bar.
Behind the bar.
Oh!
It's the bartender.
That first part wasn't included.
I think it was.
I didn't hear it.
I didn't either.
So,
So,
would you like a drink?
Always.
What are you having?
Best you got.
Depends on what your taste is.
Typically liquor. Wine is good too.
I have something that I think is it's a special treat. Takes out a wine glass, and the wine glass brings out is like an ivory white bottle that has these vibrant red and yellow flames that are kind of painted around the outside of it. This is from Yayi, the Eye in the Eye of Octandra. It is called Firewater. Pours you like a small little shot glass. Passes it over. Take a drink.
Fuck yeah.
As you take the shot, there's like a burning sensation in your mouth, and as you like go to talk, it just small little fire comes out. Ah, yes. Very tasty.
Yeah.
I would like a shot of that.
Okay. It is 3 gold per glass. A shot, I mean, I could give you 1 gold.
That sounds... Oh, wait, they're glasses? Never mind. If they're glasses, I'll just take a glass.
Okay. Pours you a glass, which is roughly the equivalent of like 2 shots. It's a very small glass, like almost like you're sipping drink, basically. Don't drink too much at once. It can burn the esophagus.
Shocker.
It's fine. This is for science. And I'm going to drop my chilling orb into this drink in the down ball thing and see what happens.
It is a perfect temperature as you drink it, but then as you like finish drinking it, there's like a second where it just turns instantly red hot, and you like go to cough, and it just small little flame kind of shoots out.
I'd pass him.
That was kind of odd.
I'd pass him 10 gold. Cool. Dude, I'm actually here for some information. Looking for some, gnomish man. Blonde hair, goatee,
Does your friend have an issue?
always. Don't worry about her.
You're a long way from home, aren't you, little missy?
Just,
Yes.
Do me a favor, kind sir. Quit it with the little missy lady, ma'am,
I would rather
my dear
not.
stuff. It's fucking creepy.
I'm sorry, does it make you uncomfortable?
I think it would make any clientele uncomfortable, especially in an uppity place like this. People want to be talked to with respect.
She will turn you into goo. I
But
would
continue
stop.
on as you were.
Anyways, blonde, gnomish man, goatee, wizard, may have had pickles with him.
We get a lot of patrons. Maybe you've seen one?
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check.
Floppy 20.
Seems to be telling the truth. We do get a lot of people, but I think I saw a man of such description. I mean, a few months back, but I couldn't tell you where he was going.
Haven't seen him since.
Seemed like he was leaving town in a hurry. His dress? Not something you'd see around here.
How so?
Well, you know when people come out of town, you can tell they're from...
Yeah,
They're outsiders, I mean, you can tell.
What are you trying to say?
That you don't fit in.
What?
And these things, he's not like the other.
Hey, what he looked like how he was dressed, where you think he came from,
Uh.
or a depiction of his dress?
Well...
Mouse from Asia? Like,
No. I don't know what that is, but no. You know, I think he only came in here once or twice. But a man like that... I mean... Spellcaster, right? I mean, not to be assuming or anything, but... You just know the type when you see it. I bet the owner of the Silver Quills would know a little bit more.
Mari's just gonna run in.
and where would that be?
That is in the Opal District, on the inside of the city.
Lovely.
So was the company, thank you. Although your friend's kind of rude.
Yeah.
Go. Well, I ran out. I'm at the door. Come on, guys, let's go!
Alright, well, guys, Avaria has already left. We should probably follow.
I'm determined.
As you go running through the city, it's about 4 o'clock, 4:10 by the time you get to the Opal District, and you still have not even found the Silver Quills. Are you continuing to look, or are you venturing back to go to your dinner?
We should probably pause for this quest for the day. We might be able to get more information from our friends at dinner as well.
I was actually thinking that generic Cal might be able to help us a lot, as well as his description. We might be able to get some sort of drawing done up about him and maybe put some posters around town.
I was gonna suggest some wanted posters.
We're gonna track the fucking guy down and
Yes, we are.
So
Mari's
counterfeit
determined.
pickles, bro. Okay, but seriously, this dude did legit take a man's life savings using modify memory. Like, he used a big spell.
he's
on
a
this
dick.
man.
Yeah,
He's a douche.
I agree. I
Why
think
are
he
you
should die,
spellcaster to
and I will
assholes.
kill him. But
Okay, fine. As long as we're going to use this dinner to find more information
Well,
on the Pickle
I
Man,
don't think that's the only purpose of the dinner, but we can certainly bring it up.
I don't care about the purpose of the dinner. No.
Just,
Pickle Man, I'm determined.
just be calm at dinner.
I will wind down.
Yes, we can't be acting like this.
Yeah, and just
As long
remember
as
that
they're
this
not
will-
hiding the Pickle Man.
These people are our
I doubt they
friends.
are.
They will not hinder our search for the pickle man.
I imagine that they can help us quite a bit in the search for
That's what we're fucking doing.
the pickle man.
Ridiculous. Bunch of fucking bleeding hearts.
I know, right? Okay, we'll make our way back to the White Griffin Trading Company.
Easy enough to do. I'll turn this off now.
Marriage is right?
Thank you. Shit was driving me insane.
You love it.
Nope.
That better?
This one's loud, but yes.
Is it loud? I can turn it down.
Thank you, Dad. He takes such good care of me, chat. He takes so good care of me.
my father.
That was I
Guys,
got married. A gift from my mom.
I'm back. Yeah, I heard what they were talking about.
It's fine.
Couldn't just mute the mic for that, could you?
it is legal. It's true.
Audience, if you would like us to mute for those conversations from now on, let us know and I will.
They've heard
If we
worse in
remember.
campaign 3 map scrolls, so we're good.
Yeah.
They
They
were
talk,
worse
they
for
talk
me.
about polyps in campaign 3.
I remember the one
We
shot.
talk about a lot of things.
We talked about
Oh.
fruits and vegetables for like 10 minutes.
Okay, back to the game.
We're not explaining that here, sir. You will not get a definition, Sir Alan.
Alright. So, as you guys find your way back to the White Griffins Trading Company, you enter in. You see the familiar small little gnome woman that is standing behind the sitting behind the counter, still reading the same book. And whoa, Shelby, what's your passive perception?
Let's find out.
Okay.
18.
Literally right where your thumb is.
18. You catch a glimpse of the title, and the title of the book says "His Tao of Desire." She's reading erotica.
Smut.
Reading a porno.
He's reading some 50 Shades of Grey up in here.
What you reading?
Top 10 NPCs. That's fantastic.
Oh, a wondrous book.
Oh,
What's it about?
A man.
Maybe read the small excerpt aloud. We'd love to know.
I'm very interested in reading books.
Well, perhaps I'll loan it to you when I'm done with it.
Is it gonna be clean?
Oh, of course it's clean.
Come
You
on,
take me for
Shelby. No
tell me
pages
something,
to
Matt.
give.
This NPC, Jesus, tell me something, Matt. This NPC, she got a blanket on her lower half. Or
No, she's just sitting behind the counter.
I almost just
Figured
spit
I'd
take
ask.
all over the fucking studio.
figured out ahead. You guys took it there. I fucking finished it. Not that way either. God damn it.
Oh.
I'm about to send you guys on break. De-horny.
Oh,
It's gonna go all over your bed.
Try to throw one funny joke in there and everybody just takes it to the max.
Anyways, so to our dinner.
You guys walk past
So
and
she stands up.
and you venture back through the building and eventually find yourselves at the small little dining hall. As you guys enter in, you can see there is a man wearing what appears to be a large cowboy's hat, but more flattened and kind of pulled down over his head.
I love him even more.
He's got his legs kicked up and is wearing like a long burlap, or sorry, a long brown shirt or overcoat. You see the glimpses of what appears to be a purple-skinned tiefling man with his legs kicked up onto the table. Kind of looks up, and his yellow eyes meet yours, Kelric.
Oh no.
It's been a long time. And we're gonna go ahead and go to break.
Oh,
What the fuck?
You bastard! Oh man, I should have. You're lucky I didn't come to play in session today because Dustin was out. I'd have fucking camera things would have happened off camera. You're a piece of crap.
Guys, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take our break. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back here in a couple minutes, and we'll see who this person
What
is.
the hell that is?
We'll be back in a couple minutes, guys.
Okay, good news. We're on break, which means I, as a remote player, can do whatever the hell I want. Chat, welcome. There was a lot of discussion about pickles. I would like to read a pickle short story that I found on the internet during the session. I shall begin. There are two characters, as far as I can tell, skimming this story. One is named Josh, the other one's named me, so I'll just be referring to them as Josh and the other person. So, wait, this isn't even written properly. Okay, I'm just gonna read the story. If it makes no sense, it makes no sense. Once upon a time, there was a man. The man was one half pickle. It was real freaky. Nobody could tell what happened that made this man one half pickle. He was just born that way. The man, who was half a pickle, was out for a stroll in the park when suddenly he came across a gilded box that seemed to glow as he got closer to it. The man, this has crossover with Minecraft evidently, the man pulled out his dynamite and placed it on the box. Unfortunately, he forgot his flint and steel at home and he could not explode it. Luckily, the box was not locked as soon as he touched it with his pickle hand. It opened to reveal a pickle fairy. He asked the pickle fairy if he could have flint and steel. The pickle fairy replied, saying no, but if he had another question, she might be able to answer it. The pickle man then asked, "Why am I part pickle? Both of my parents are human, and I'm not adopted." What the hell? The pickle fairy replied, "Easy squeezy lemon peasy. You are the chosen pickle god to rule over Pickle Land. If I become," the pickle man asked, "if I become this pickle god, then could I get a flint plus steel?" The pickle fairy replied, "No. Well, maybe if you ordered someone to give it to you." And so the pickle man asked, "What are the benefits of being a pickle god?" The pickle fairy replied, "You'll be the de facto ruler of Pickle Land and control all pickles." The pickle man asked, "What can a pickle do?" The pickle fairy then replied, "Be crunchy and delicious for starters. But look, do you want to be the pickle god or not? I have a schedule to keep." The pickle man then asked, "Do I have a choice?" To which the pickle fairy replied, "Obviously, yes." The pickle man then said, "No, I'm good. Not enough perks for me to become the pickle god." The pickle fairy then... This is not very abrupt. The pickle fairy then looked at the man and shot him dead. The end. That was an abrupt ending to the pickle story. I should have proofread that one for chat. Apparently it just ends when the pickle fairy says, "Fine, if you won't be the pickle god, I'll just fucking give you the Glock 9000. Well, I found another pickle story, but that one was it got sensuous.
I want story time with Aiden to be the new break thing. All
Like the first
time.
99% of that just sounded like Tofin's backstory so far.
Yeah, I don't want to be the god. Well, you kind of are half god. Yeah, you're right.
I wish Tofin was a pickle god.
Finn, your god isn't by chance related to pickles, is it?
I hope not. I mean, I guess
Yeah, the other
pickles
the other
grow in
pickle
nature,
story that-
kinda.
The other pickle story that
Like your dream.
had a whole diner set up of like a waiter, like a waitress, and like the customer. And at one point it said like she walked away, making sure to swish her hind as she walked, and I was like, I'm not gonna read that one.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
It got like
For some
it got,
pickles?
like,
Ew.
it got very sensual, and I was like, what the hell?
Might have to start streaming on another website if we're going to be reading out pickle smut fiction.
Yeah, it did not seem like an above the board pickle story.
Friday Night Dice. Spread
It's
Eagles
something
is
I
a
never thought I would
family-friendly
say.
Ended
show.
with the pickle guy getting murdered, apparently.
Okay, here's another one. I will try to get this. Oh, I can't actually. I'd have to sign up to get access to this short story. I don't know how much longer we're going to go on break, so I'll start reading this one, and if it gets weird, I'm just going to cut it because I don't have time to skim the whole thing. This one is called Pickle Jar. As far back as I can remember, the pickle jar sat on the floor beside the dresser in my parents' bedroom. When he got ready for bed, Dad would empty his pockets and toss his coins into the jar. As a small boy, I was always fascinated with the sounds the coins made as they were dropped into the jar. They landed with a merry jingle when the jar was almost empty. Then the tones gradually muted to a dull thud as the jar was filled. I used to squat on the floor in front of the jar and admire the copper and silver circles that glinted like a pirate's treasure when the sun poured through the bedroom window. When the jar was filled, Dad would sit at the kitchen table and roll the coins before taking them to the bank. Taking the coins into the bank was always a big production. Stacked neatly in a small cardboard box, the coins were placed between Dad and me in the front seat of his old truck. Each and every time as we drove to the bank, Dad would look at me hopefully, quote unquote. These coins are going to keep you out of the textile mill, son. You're going to do better than me. The old mill in the town is not going to hold you back. Also, each and every time as he slid the box of rolled coins across the counter at the bank towards the cashier, he would grin proudly, quote unquote. These are for my son's college fund. He'll never work at the mill all his life like me. We would always celebrate each deposit by stopping for an ice cream cone. I always got chocolate. Dad always got vanilla. When the clerk at the ice cream parlor handed Dad his change, he would show me the few coins nestled in his palm. When we get home, we'll start filling the jar again. He always let me drop the first coins into the empty jars. They rattled down with a brief, happy jingle. We grinned at each other. You'll get to college on pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters, he said. But you'll get there. I'll see to that. The years passed. As I finished college and took another job in town. Once, while visiting my parents, I used the phone in their bedroom and noticed that the pickle jar was gone. It had served its purpose and had been removed. A lump rose in my throat as I stared at the spot between the dresser where the jar had always stood. My dad was a man of few words and never lectured me on the values of determination, perseverance, and faith. The pickle jar had always taught me these virtues far more eloquently than most flowery words could have done. When I married, I told my wife Susan about the significant part the lowly pickle jar had played in my life as a boy. In my mind, it defined more than anything else how much my dad loved me. No matter how rough things had got at home, Dad continued to doggedly drop coins into the jar. Even the summer when Dad got laid off from the mill and Mama had to serve dried beans several times a week, not a single dime was taken from the jar. To the contrary, as Dad looked across the table at me, pouring catsup, it's written, over my beans to make them more palatable, he became more determined than ever to make a way out for me. When you finish college, son, oh, are we starting? I'll keep going.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back. I will save you from that horrid story.
Oh, that was
There
wonderful.
will never be a conclusion to the story. That was a good story so far.
Was it as good as the first one, Mr. Pickle God?
That one was actually like a real story, though.
That felt like a real story.
Like, that was actually kind of sweet.
Like a feel-good
It
story?
was weird, but it was sweet.
It does look like a feel good story.
Oh, God.
I'm just skimming it. It goes through like this dude's like half of his life, like him having a kid about the pickle jar. Anyway, it only had like 2 more paragraphs. Let's get back to Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, thank God.
All right, back to the pickle jars in Dungeons and Dragons.
So,
Yeah,
give me a second here and let me...
not the content you were expecting on Friday Night Dice, but the one you got. Congratulations.
That should be our motto.
Well,
As you enter into the room, the dancing lights from the chandelier kind of casting small little stars that kind of rotate ever so slightly around the room. The purple tiefling man looks up, kind of pushes his head up ever so slightly. How you been?
I would like to just cast dancing lights the left side of this character's face and kind of circle around front. Make sure I'm seeing what I'm seeing.
I mean, I know I'm a little taller, a little more handsome, but...
Then I'll dismiss it. Coast Rios, it hasn't been that long, but it feels like it's been a long time.
It has been a while, hasn't it?
44 days.
You've been up to quite a bit.
Speaking in common.
Are you speaking in common?
I was making the mistake of speaking in my accent, so I suppose it was an all in common.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would have been Xenokarat. So it is all in common, yes. As
Heard you might
apparently
have.
been you. You're here amongst
Amongst
trading
friends.
company.
Well, lots happened since you've been gone. And... well... had to make some new friends, or I should say, they found me. While investigating the... corrupted one, I think you called him, you sent me on some... looking for information. Stumbled across a few individuals from the organization here, and one thing led to another, and, well, now I work for them. Or with them. Not really sure how that works.
Inside check.
Go for it.
Natural 20 for 25.
He's telling you the truth.
You're right, I did ask you to look into it.
Well, one day when I was investigating maybe in some of the places I shouldn't have been, stumbled across this satyr man, Genera. I'm sure well, actually I know you've met him.
We met, yeah.
It's the reason why I'm here. So I'm sure you've heard the news.
I'm just gonna after I say, oh boy, after I say I'm sure you have yeah. I'm gonna break for him and give him a hug.
Kind of like catch him off guard a little bit as kind of like the chair kind of like tilts back, and then continues in and embraces you. Please sit down. We have a lot to talk about.
Oh boy, at Lyre, your ambition was always strong, but I wasn't expecting. Did you meet all these people and get involved like this alone, or Hardin help you?
Hardin's a part of it, but he's off on his own personal venture right now. I can tell you about that later, but
yeah.
Yes, about his mother.
Right. Do you know if he's made any progress or?
Well, the White Griffins have quite a few resources. I'm sure, as you could see. To be honest, I haven't talked to him in the last 2 weeks, and I'm not exactly sure what progress he's made, but I do know there has been some.
Select, where are my manners? Apologies. These are my friends.
Oh, yes. The Spread Eagles, as I've heard so much about.
Yeah, this is, I'll point them all out. Varia, Cressida, Tophen, Howland.
The name is Kosrius. And first, let me extend my gratitude for keeping my friend here alive.
I do owe it to them.
He is quite squishy.
It's harder than you might think.
Oh, trust me, I think I've seen my fair share of him taking a beating. But most of the time it's from another friend of ours.
Oh!
Not like that, my dear.
Interesting.
So,
I'll chuckle a bit and sit down in the chair next to him if it's open.
before Genera comes to join us, has he told you? I mean, you've heard the news, I'm sure, on mostly why I asked Genera to go and find you.
You mean about Elytris?
Yes.
Well, you've been in the scene a bit longer than me, but I don't see what else to do. I mean,
So-
it's not like Not like we're innocent.
That's the thing. I'm not quite sure you're to blame.
Is this a conversation we need Gennaro here for, or do you want to explain?
I think it's better if he's here. He's the one who made the revelation.
Then let's wait.
The rest of us get filled in on some about.
Oh, sorry. A little behind. This is Kos Rios.
What is this news?
My apologies. This is Kos Rios, as I said. He's an older friend of mine. Ran with him and two others. There was Elytris, Venzira, and Hardin Balamar. We were all a group of four. We called ourselves the Coke. COQE. We were just, I talk about it like it was years ago, but it was just a couple weeks ago. Keep in mind, Kelrick is the ripe age of, like, just turned 19, by the way.
Yeah, we're like the same age.
Yeah.
No, but
So just for perspective, for visual perspective for you guys, I am like a 19-year-old, basically kid. We were just a bunch of four of us just running around, getting into whatever we could get into in a city full of intrigue and invention. Our motto, I kind of glance over at Kios, was, if there's a enigma, we would seek it out, come to understand it. Me and another one of us, an elf, Elytris. I showed you guys the memory, the silver timekeep, the tower shattered. Our antics got stronger and stronger until one day we broke into that, and what you all saw. And well, Kos Rios
Can I
tells me
interject? What do you mean
Yeah.
you showed them the memory?
Oh, I was working on a thing. I mean, you know my mother, right, Lyris?
Correct.
I told you about that book that I found.
Yes.
The one that, I know you all kind of thought that was a little silly, but it has what I've come to know as the arcane in it. I can cast spells. I can do magic, kind of like how Gennaro does, but not with the same soul
Huh.
as Gennaro does, not with the same performance. I use sigils, sorry, and repeated practice. It's can summon fire where there is none. I can control water. How I reached out to you mentally, if you recall.
Correct.
And I don't know, I kind of did my own thing. I made a spell in the memory of my mother. It's called Lyris' Magia, this mural.
You made a spell. Now that's a feat.
Yeah, and it's I can show a memory from a mind. But
That's
everybody
impressive.
Everybody involved has to be willing. I designed it very carefully after her. Speaking of, real quick, do you know anything that's going on back in Zakarad? How is my family?
Shook up. So I mean, I don't know how much you do know, but they never really found who was to blame, but for one reason or another, it seems Elytris has come forward and taken, well, claimed that she was to blame. Now, that's where things get a little fishy. We haven't been able to keep in contact with her since she left, and then all of a sudden she shows up and owns up to a crime that we're not even exactly sure she committed. Now, there are some individuals on the council in the city that let's just say the things that they're involved in don't really add up. And well, I mean, Gennaro knows more. He can share with you when he gets here.
Yeah, I think we're putting the horse before the cart. Let's. I would love to start talking about this, but I think we're only going to be repeating ourselves. Let's wait for him to arrive. Do you know if Kel is also joining us?
No, I believe Kel is heading to I believe she's going to a place called Zahara. I don't know where that is or what it is. I don't know. Something about a sword that she has to deal with. But
That was not an in-character laugh. That was an Aiden laugh. Is it stuck in someone's hand? No, I'm kidding.
Don't be stuck in all of your mind.
Oh? Don't tempt me with a good time, sir.
I don't tempt. I promise.
You're getting solicited on the internet live.
Aiden, you should have come and play in person.
All right. No, because if I was playing in person, I'd be crying. I can keep my composure here. Sort of.
So tell me, what have you guys been up to? I mean, there's a little bit of hustle and bustle. Most people seemingly outside the Empire don't know who you are, but I've heard through the network here of the trading company a little bit about you guys, and heroes from what it sounds like, or I heard the city was bombed. I mean, what happened?
Well,
Yeah, they're bad guys.
the most recent story just bought a bunch of unopenable pickles and are trying to track down
Okay.
Here, open this jar of pickles.
the
Okay.
scumbag who sold them and then used modified memory on the guy who...
Break,
Bought them?
you owe us 5 gold.
Yes.
Why can't I open
I feel like now would be an opportune time, DM, also to skim over some details, unless you would actually like us to go over them.
No, go ahead.
That Crest would launch into a full-on review of everything we've ever done.
Probably.
But it's not particularly in the perfect order, and it's obviously exaggerated in certain parts.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not accurate in others. But when you if you sit down and you think about it, you can eke it out.
She
You can eke
probably
out the
talks
truth,
about
right?
Joanne a few too many times, too.
Yeah, and she
Joanna.
probably talks about like different people. There's definitely emphases on different things. But I suppose to keep it short, and if you want, I can elaborate on some of the bigger elements. But that's essentially what happens.
Yeah, so as Cress is like going on and on and on, eventually the door swings open and Gennaro comes walking in and she just stops. I'd see you guys have all arrived. Sorry, I'm a little late. Had to deal with something.
Quick question, DM.
Yes.
As Costa Rios is being run over everything by Kresk, another insight check.
On
Costa Rios.
4.
Want to see if he has any tells in terms of poker face reactions to anything that Crest is saying. I can do multiple if you'd like, because I know there's like multiple little parts in the
that's okay.
story. We
Sure.
all trusted each other, but we didn't trust each other like,
Yeah, go for it.
you know, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
We were always looking to better ourselves in general. 16.
Man seems well composed. I mean, there's maybe something here and there where he head kind of cocks a little bit as she says something, but
How does he react to the time traveling?
is that mentioned?
I think yeah, actually, fair point. Good point, Tophin. Thank you. When that comes up, I'm gonna try to do my best to eke Crest it out for a moment. and I will explain it in excruciating detail. All of the details. In fact, if you want, I can go back. Oh boy, which page is it? But I will give the name of the lady. Sheesh, man, it's been a while since we played this campaign. I don't know if I
Yeah.
can do this on. Nope, too far. What was the name of these ruins? Shit.
Monolith.
Where's the monolith? Here we are. Vrokar ended up winning. Novia. I don't know. Novia is the woman who the other Kelric sent back in time. She's hunted by a Umoturgist. A temporal terminator is what I wrote down.
Yup.
Within the memory was only Delamonte, a Kalasar woman, and a Leonin. I think that was the memory that I peeked on older Kelric with, right?
Yeah, right before he smacked you out of it.
Right before he shined me out of it. I will share that he was the one. And you all can do inside checks on me during this, like if you want, just to keep things interesting. But I will share that she is the one who kind of gave me the spellbook in that roundabout way, and it's the same one that she carries, stuff like that.
His eyes will just like go wide, and
so I'll fill it all in.
And there's a bit of disbelief in his tone, like, it's a good joke, man.
It's not a joke.
I mean,
Time travel's not real.
you could show him.
Look, I don't know if time travel is real, Kosrias.
Sure fucking seemed real.
Another you? I mean, is that even possible?
I don't know.
I mean,
look, I just ran into this woman in the market 10 days before Elytris and I went on that triad. I didn't have time for any of it to be explained. I don't know.
it's just so out there, but
I didn't know what to make of it at the time. I had 5 friends with me. 5. Yes. Oh, this is Spud, by the way. Shit. Forgot to introduce Spud. I had friends with me, and their lives were in danger. I didn't even have time to think. I didn't even have time to act. Luckily, they did for me. I've spent every moment away from Coke just fucking flummoxed.
I...
Did you say we fought a dragon?
No. What happened to where's our dragon at?
Oh, fuck. God, who knows?
You teleported
Probably
far
with
away
me.
from it.
You're
Oh,
a
that's
bad
right.
dragon, Dad.
I'm
He was
sorry,
with
there's
me,
5
it wouldn't
million
have
things
happened.
happening this campaign.
We live so many animals, just places.
Take me to the gallows, ma'am. I will accept this defeat.
We've
I
killed, like,
didn't
half
try-
the
Wait,
horses
we
at
left
this
the
point.
dragon
No,
back in the
no,
Ivory
we
Coast?
went to
Remember the
horses.
white baby dragon
Only
that
2
was
horses.
following me around?
Oh.
When there's a
Okay.
random adult white dragon in a desert, you guys will know why.
Yep.
No.
Oh, the Ivory Coast is gonna get
You
real
are the
cold in a
worst
couple
dragon
hundred
dad
years.
ever.
Wait, where
Look,
did we
Kelric
leave
has
it?
keen mind, but
On
Aiden
the boat.
can't keep track of this shit, sir. Okay.
I thought I just followed him around.
That's Captain Breger's dragon now.
Oh shit.
He's gotta be so
You know what?
pissed at us.
Yeah, they could use it with how many pirates they keep running into.
We'll get it back someday.
God, a white dragon just flies by, freezes, and then shatters your sails. You're just screwed.
Alright, so,
Sorry.
after the conversation and Kosria's kind of like giving a bit of disbelief and a bit of shock, like, Gennaro waltzes in.
I'll just like lean when Gennaro walks in. I'll just lean over to Kosrias and like I'll go over it all again later. I don't. Just
It's a
keep
lot to
the
go over,
important
bud.
things.
I mean,
We've got time. Well,
apparently. Gennaro, sorry I kind of came a little early. Oh, he just kind of looks over. Stop it.
don't say it like that.
Don't worry about it, Kostrius. I'm glad you showed up. I'm glad you two had a moment to catch up before I joined. I'm sorry that I am late, everyone. So, has he filled you in?
Mostly, if you don't mind, Jenner, I'd like to lead with a question. Kosrios here mentioned that he had explained my situation to you, and that you were interested in seeking me and everyone else out. Why?
Well, I had heard word of all of you, and I'm in the business of knowing people. So I'd like to know, whenever I got into business with Kosrias, who he was involved with. Dug a little deeper, came across you, young dark elf woman, and a dwarven man. Kept digging, came across the Spread Eagles. Quite a famous name for yourselves over in the Zartalas Empire.
Word has spread.
Maybe a little too much word spread around. Something else is going on there, but
Oh,
that's for the king and
most
that's for the king and the queen to decide how they spread their wealth. So, Kosrias brought to me your situation whenever your friend turned herself in. Kind of peculiar. Why would she just turn herself in? Doesn't make sense. Was it to protect you, or maybe she felt guilt? Either way, I decided to do a little investigating. And I don't know how much you know about how the city of Zakarat is run, but for the most part, the Baron, Lazarin, is the leader of the city. He makes ultimately all the decisions. Or so most would think. Lazarin is the city to the face, but a city as large as Zakarat and as many resources they have, it's the underground that runs the city.
I can tell you that much.
And there are those within the upper ranks of the Covenants who have an organization. I haven't quite unraveled their name, but I do know a few who are involved.
I'm sorry, back up a second. As I look between Hallen and Genera. Lazarin and the rest of the Whirring Market are not the leaders of the city.
Well, on paper, yes, and ultimately Lazarin, the fool that he is, he runs the city, yes.
The entire trading season is what predicates Zakarat's economy. How can that be?
Where do you think most of the goods come from?
The spring to summer, during winter, when we're all tinkering for the Whirring Markets and trade through the spring and fall. Where else? This makes no sense.
See, you'd like to think it runs that way, but
I don't like to think. I've lived in it for 18 years.
you've lived in blissful ignorance.
Speaking from experience, Galric, a lot more happens outside of view of legal authorities than you'd think. And it's a lot more supported by people in power.
See? Now, I don't blame you for being blinded. The city itself, on paper, is as you described. But the underhand dealings that happen behind closed doors are what really make the gears turn, so to speak. And those that I've uncovered that seem to run the city from the underground, they fund the gangs that run the outskirts of the city. They deal in stolen goods and various weapons that probably should not be on the market. And even some things that quite literally scare me.
Slightly close my jacket.
Don't worry, I know what that is. There's no way you're hiding it. Jarenera has like a passive perception of 28.
It's fair. It's fair.
He's also seen you use it.
Well, Aiden doesn't remember that. It's been a long time.
Fair enough.
Look,
Life has been wild the past couple months.
the Aether Boomstick is a wondrous creation, and used in the right application can be a source for good, but not what I'm talking about. There are some that are in the various corporations and higher ups. I don't know who all is connected or who all works together, but I've uncovered 3 names. And these 3 names keep coming up in documents that are trying to bar Lazarin from rebuilding his timekeep. Now, why would 3 people of higher ranking want him to not rebuild it? It's brought so many people to the city. It was a wonder of technological advances. But yet they keep setting different motions in order to stop him from rebuilding it. Now here's where things get a little weird. As Lazarin was doing what he could to work around them to continue the rebuilding of his tower, it's when your friend showed up to turn herself in, and all of a sudden all of the attention turned from the tower being rebuilt to Lazarin having someone to put on a pedestal and go after, to change his attention towards. So I had Kosrias do a little bit of digging. And I think these individuals... Now this is only a theory, and I can't prove it, but I think these individuals are to blame for the original catastrophe that happened.
I just want to be clear here. You think that Elytris and I are not responsible for what happened that night, and that Lazarin is merely a pawn by an underground that is now being redirected by Elytris turning himself in?
I think she made a deal with somebody to... What you said is correct, but I think she made a deal with somebody to...
In this underground?
Yes. To turn the attention from the tower to her to keep it from being rebuilt.
Inside check on Kosrias.
Okay.
13. 13. And specifically, I guess the inside check is when Janera is replying. Is Kosrias aware or had dealings, or is aware that Elytris had dealings with the underground?
This is the first he's really, like...
Because I've always known that Elytris was looking for the next great heist. So
Right.
This is all sounding very plausible. Right?
Right.
Okay. That was my intention of the inside check.
Correct.
Is Kosrias surprised? I guess is my question.
He's the one who dug it up.
Right.
And he dug up the information. Janera's just making his assumptions off of the information given.
Understood.
Names are presumably people in power.
You'd be correct. There is Roran, who is the leader of the Smiths Covenant. There's Tezriel, the leader of the Neoteric Covenant.
One more time.
Tezriel,
The what covenant?
the Neoteric Covenant.
Neoteric.
Neoteric.
I've never heard that word before. The hell is Teric? Because Neos are presumably new, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or
And
It's just an adjective for new or modern.
yeah, Neo is the adjective in modern. What is Teric?
That's quite literally what neoteric is.
Oh, Okay. I searched Tarek online, sorry. I already knew what Neo meant.
And the final is Patir. He is a leader of a one other corporation that works within Zakarat. An up-and-coming tech organization that, as far as I can tell, is trying to set the New Beginnings Corporation as the people of old and put themselves on the map.
Oh, good luck with that.
Insight check on Hallen.
On what?
I rolled a 9. Does he have a reaction to this? That name? Or that organization? Somebody trying to set the NBC back.
Well,
Does he know?
DM, would I know any of these names?
Make a history check for me.
Sure.
I'm inside checking like hell in this RP session. Sorry, guys. I gotta know the truth.
Need to find the pickle man.
What'd you get, Holland?
14.
Okay. You've heard the name Patir before, but I mean, you can't place it. I mean, you've heard his name tossed around somewhere within the New Beginnings Corporation, so people there have definitely know him and spoken of him. You just don't know who he's involved with or who he is.
Sure. So let's see. Hey, Keller, back to your insight check. What were you looking for?
Was if you had a reaction to that name, as if you had already known that someone was trying to undermine the NBC corporate, the New Beginnings Corporation.
Yeah, I guess nothing really.
So yeah.
There's nothing outside of Hallen's general sort of what's the word for it?
Demeanor?
Sure.
Just for guys' information, Patir was described to you as a half-elven man, Tezriel is an Aasimar man, and Roran is a dwarven man, obviously. All men who are position of power, and all who seemingly like to... Well, for instance, Roran likes to deal with this place called the Blood Lotus Gang. Seemingly he funds them.
I'm sorry, which one of them is funding the Blood Lotus Gang? This is out of character.
The dwarf,
The dwarf who is the leader of the Smith Covenant.
Yep, Roran. Smith Covenant. It's a Neo-Tarek Covenant. Tazriel.
Uh-huh.
What is...
Aasimar. And then Patir is a half-elf. It's a technological organization undermining NBC. I didn't get a proper title, so tech organization. That's what I got in my notes.
Sure. What is... I think Roran is the dwarf? Yes?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yep.
What is his last name?
Doesn't seem like he has a given surname. Give me 1 second here.
That's strange.
No, I have it, just not right in front of me.
It's a given surname, but Costa Rios might not know. These people are fucky-wucky private mode. They open incognito browsers everywhere they go.
His name is Roran Garrick.
Okay.
Is it possible that we got surnames for all of them?
I can give you surnames for all of them.
Well, if they are given to us, I will take them.
Tezriel Evergaze and Patir Swaley.
Aiden, can you put those names in the chat when you get a second?
I will. Let me make my own notes real quick.
Oh, you're good.
Huh?
Nothing.
What'd you say?
You're good. Everything is just a little too glitchy for me to.
I know. Give me a moment. I'll get it.
We're having a great time over here. Mind your business.
Shit. I'll just edit that. Where was the conversation I'm at? He just got done briefing on the 3 leaders
Yep.
here.
He gave you the names of the leaders, how each of them are kind of involved in different parts of the city.
And that was Kos Rios, correct?
Yes.
Yep. I will just look pointedly at Gennaro to see if he's got anything to add, maybe.
That's about all we have right now. Our understanding is that, or well, my assumption is that these individuals and perhaps others that are involved with them, there almost certainly is others. For some reason or another, they do not want the timekeep to be erected. They would like, perhaps, to keep it, well, keep whatever happened under wraps, and whatever underhanded dealings they're making, I think they're doing so to undermine Lazarin's authority, which, from what we can gather, seemingly he... Obviously, as a baron, he has some. He holds a political sway in the Andala Republic. He meets in the summits. He speaks for the whole city of Zakarat, but when it comes down to it, the Covenants, they're the ones who run the city.
Howland, this is your territory, sir.
Yeah, Lazarin is a great mouthpiece.
I mean, Kos Rios, I'm at a loss. We spent years together trying to uncover mysteries, and I am blindsided by the idea that the city is run by an underground of multiple entire covenants that I wasn't aware of, that we weren't aware of. I'm out of my element. I have too much to catch up on and not enough time. Elytris, you say, is in jail for a crime she turned herself in, a crime she didn't commit, but it's a crime that was there with her. And I'm moments away from turning myself in. But you say that it's not our fault. I was there. It couldn't have not been us.
Are you that certain?
At this point, I don't know what to expect in my life, but I know what I saw.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Kelrick, can we...
What are you suggesting?
into the mural to before the explosion? A look at the room?
Which part would
Before-
you like to see when Elytris and I, when I would proverbially say she pulled the trigger?
I suppose so. Sometime before that, while everything was still intact, maybe there's some evidence of some type of setup.
If I recall correctly, DM, this is outside of the purview of Keen Mind.
Yes,
It's beyond 30 days.
correct.
But I suppose a lot of the elements that except for like the blurs of it, I'd remember pretty clearly because it was a high stress situation. I'd like to do some own internal digging real fast, and I know we're digging into character backstory, that things that weren't established exactly in a zero session.
That's okay.
So I'd like to dive through some memories of Elytris and I internally approaching the Silver Time Keep, see if anything was untoward at that moment, if I noticed anything that seemed weird. And
Make a
I
history
suppose, and I suppose after that moment, if I don't find anything, plus 5, so 13.
The night's a bit of a blur just from the sheer trauma of what happened.
And the snow.
Yes. The one thing that you do remember is that it almost felt too easy to get inside the Time Keep. Like, there were less people on guard that evening, there were less people on patrol, but for being the largest and greatest piece of technological advance in the whole city, it almost felt too easy.
I'd like to mentally fast forward, if I could, to the rooms leading up to what I described, I think, in my character pitch to you, as the antechamber, where we found what I described. If you recall. I know I'm like asking you to recall a lot of things.
Okay.
See if anything now strikes me as sort of what they're describing, and or worth showing through Leoris's modulus mural.
Go ahead and roll a history check for me again.
Oh, the last one was a history? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. If the last one was a history, my apologies. I am proficient in history. It would have been not a 13, but a 16. This one is a plus 8. It's a 22.
They're kind of just thinking back and trying to look over the memories to look for something out of place. And with the amount of information you've gathered from your dealings with Aether and what you've come to know through your own personal gain knowledge, just tinkering things with Holland and tinkering on things for yourself, the piece of white Aether that you stole, that you've up until now have attributed to the fall of the Time Keep, not nearly large enough to power the entire Time Keep. Perhaps only large enough to power just that room and the things needed in that room. And you've never really stopped to think about it until now, but why would the whole Time Keep fall apart with just one single piece leaving one room?
I mean, friends, why do I say friends? All of your friends. Spread Eagles, Kosrias, Genera. I don't know what I can show you, but I could show you a memory maybe that helps lend proof, but it's my own. Kosrias, I explained this. It's a spell of my own creation. You take it into account. It could be if I was someone untoward, it could be pure illusion. You would never know. I mean, I can show you my arcane notes, but no one else here is trained to understand my shorthand. I could show you what it is, but do you have a wizard on staff?
We have multiples throughout the building.
Would that be enough if they undo my shorthand to understand that it's not an illusion as opposed to a memory, a true factual memory that I'm showing? Is that enough, or do we just take me at my word?
What are you trying to get at? A true factual memory for what?
That I don't believe the two of you. I accept the reality and the possibility that Zakarat has some underground, but we were there that night, and we were there with the wrong intentions. and the wrong things happened.
You ever considered you just were at the wrong place at the wrong time? Or you were there, and someone took advantage of that and used you as a scapegoat?
The first possibility doesn't happen. The second one I would have known about.
Would you, though? In that sort of catastrophe?
I mean, Kelrick, think about what happened with the sewers in the house. Kind of the same situation. We didn't blow up that building. Thing blew up.
Oh, were you guys involved in that?
We were not
No,
involved. We were
no.
there.
No,
Federal
no,
facility.
we're not going into this.
But yes, we were there when that happened. Not a good night.
So here's the thing. I have informants in the Zartalas Empire. And the bomb that was set off, manufactured by Pater's company.
Well, we believe we know the person who set the bomb off.
Now,
I'm gonna start working on Leo's Modulus mural.
I never did tell you, but I believe Pater's company is known as the Ashen Forge. Or sorry, the Ashen Forge.
You didn't, but I'm gonna write it down now. I'm beginning work on Leo's Modulus mural in case you
gotcha.
picked it up.
Yep.
Okay.
Make a history check on the Ashen Forge while things keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
It was a natural 1, but I just found out the 1 on this die. I don't know where my camera is, but it's not painted. That's funky.
Huh. Sad day. Fortunately, you have not heard of the Ashen Forge.
Do we think they could have had something to do with that golem that we thought made by New Beginnings?
New big. New big. I'm nose down on the book. So.
Yeah.
Also, strange timing when I make shit, but DM, maybe we want to talk about revising Lyris' Modulus Mural for 1 minute instead of 10 minutes, because it has no difference outside of combat. Anyway, go on.
Okay.
I'll talk with you about it later.
Yeah.
But, like, I made it as 10 minutes, and then I look at it, and I'm like, why the hell did I do that? It literally makes no combat difference, inside or outside.
Neither does Identify, but still 10 minutes.
Fair. That's the main reason why I said it is 10 minutes, but...
But about 10 minutes goes by as Genera's kind of just making small talk amongst all of you. And before it does come up, he just kind of looks over. So how's home?
Homeless.
Oh my dear, you're far from
Oh
homeless.
no, I am homeless. We're gonna leave it at that.
Is she always so cold?
More or less.
No, I'm actually quite warm, thank you.
You
Demeanor.
did try to kill me that rock that one time.
Try to kill you.
Well, you almost killed me, even if you weren't trying.
We're fine. Sink or swim.
Because you don't know how to throw. I am fine.
I don't remember why I threw the rock either.
I don't know why, but I like her.
You too.
It's about this time that your spell finishes.
Okay. I would like to begin in a series, given all that I've heard from everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm going to begin with the series. This is the first memory. As I again describe Mirror's Mod just more for the sake of the chat and everybody else. I begin to carve like a small terracotta bowl, and as I place my hand over it, a orb, almost transparent but white in form, forms within. And I kind of reach out my hand with this terracotta bowl and the white orb within. I reach it out to everyone, granting anybody who would like to dive in permission. It's a bonus action to do so, not that it matters because we're not in combat, to enter the memory.
Oh, what the hell? I'll take a look.
My presumption is almost everybody joins, including Genera and Kosurias was the intention.
Mm-hmm.
And what you see is the memory of us in the streets of Zartalos, running away from what seems to be, Matt, you feel free to re-describe as best you can, the outside walls of the compound as we emerged from the sewers. And me kind of sneaking a glance back as we ran what can only be seen as a very similar, and I'm getting to my point in the next one, another 10 minutes, aether explosion. A white aether, big bomb.
I'm not sure if it was white aether, but it was an explosion.
It was an explosion of a aether-based form?
Correct.
I thought we had, yes. And it did not seem... Anyway, mushroom cloud of a compound.
Yep.
I'm not going to get into too many crazy details, but we're in the streets of Zartalos. The 6 of us at that point? We're still 5. Can't remember. Well, we've got Spud, so who cares, right?
It would be 6.
Yep. Just in the middle of a mad dash away, and everybody with their intelligence can run around. Not that you guys are interested in doing that, but with Costa Rios and
Genera is just like staring around at the city, walking around and like everything frozen. Like goes to like put his hand onto somebody and it just like goes straight through. This is...
To be fair, everybody in the memory cannot see each other. It's not a communal experience.
Right.
They all have their own individual realm that they're in. So Genera is free to do whatever he wants, and whatever you'd like to describe, that's fine. But the intention of the spell was not for us to have like a meeting in a memory. Go on.
So
Sorry.
we can't set up a table in your head?
What the
Hang
heck?
out?
That was not the original intent of the spell. No.
We're gonna set up a table in Kelrick's head, and then we're gonna play D&D at it. And then he's gonna cast a spell there, and then we're gonna play D&D inside of D&D inside of D&D.
Yeah. This is where you got the idea for time travel. So anyway, that's the first memory. I'll start working on another.
Okay.
This
We
is
can just
why I
skip
was talking
to
about
it.
the 10-minute thing. Sure. If we skip to it, the second memory is the Silro Time Keep. I've described it before. If you would like me to describe it again, I can, for the sake of chat and everybody else here.
Go for it.
Okay. You see a not too much younger. Well, the first thing you see is you see a tower, a clock tower, shattered. Parts of its face, the clock tower, the clock's face itself is falling. Millions and millions of glistening things in the sky that look like stars, but upon closer inspection, you're locked into this view. Seem like stars, but upon closer inspection, you see shards of glass glistening against moonlight, against street lamplight, and you can move a number of feet up to your intelligence score, if I recall.
Uh-huh.
And as each person is free to move about a number of feet, you can see a Kelrick with a fresh scar down his face, just like he has now, but it's healed. And a shard of glass at the bottom of the scar, having just cut him. A dark elf, a drow, next to him, kind of dragging him away as he looks up at the explosion. And you're in a street of wonder, almost steampunk wonder, but not quite. There are lamps that are inexplicably lit. There is snow throughout the area. It's slightly falling in the area. But the main fixture is a tower, a clock tower that is in tatters, and surrounding buildings have caught fire, and you presume that this is it's gonna burn for days.
One thing I will add are the various strands of wires that are running throughout the street from the tower, and there's like a surge of electricity running through them, like a power surge has just happened and it's sent throughout the whole city. The snow that's kind of blanketing down mixes in with the various glass, just creating almost like a hail of various different types of debris and snow and glass and ice falling from the sky. And there are people running every which way, people running out of their homes, people grabbing their children and running. It's a catastrophe frozen in time.
Thank you, Matt.
After coming out of it, Genera's just like, well, I could have lived without seeing that.
Aiden, can you remind me how you calculate how much you can move within the memory?
Your intelligence score.
Let me go look at the score. Let me look at the spell, but I believe it's your intelligence score.
It is equal to your intelligence score. So if your intelligence score is 20, you can move 20 feet.
Yep. It should be, if I recall.
It is.
While we're in that memory, I would like to walk around, and let me know if I'm starting to cut out, to walk around and make an investigation check to see if I can notice anybody who's maybe a little shady running away from the scene.
So this is going to be more of a perception check than investigation, unfortunately, because you can't physically investigate anything in this memory. You can only look at things. If you go to grab something, your hand just passes through it.
Sure, yeah, that works. Perception is fine.
Okay.
11.
I mean, in the sheer chaos that's going on right now, it's hard to tell anybody from looking shady from just looking panicked and running from what's happening.
Sure.
So, there it is. If there was a correlation between the two, that would be the explosion. I don't know.
Can we see before the explosion?
At what point? I kind
Whatever
of
you're
don't
most
know.
comfortable with. I'm just looking for something out of the ordinary, if that makes sense.
I didn't think there was anything as we were going up the tower, except that it was easy. But when we were in, I turned my back for a moment. I turned my back for a moment to Elytris, and that was when. I see your point. Maybe that moment, yeah?
Can I see?
Another 10 minutes passes.
And this time he just goes back to harassing Avaria.
Would you like to describe this scene, DM, or should I? I would like to, but you can if you'd
I
like.
can do this one.
Sure, go for it.
After Genera gets done harassing Avaria, and your spell finishes, what you guys see is a large personal workshop. There are chains and wires hanging from the ceiling holding up various different machines and contraptions that who knows what they're even used for. I mean, stuff like this seems like out of this world. But there's a very heavy steampunk vibe to the room. There are these cogs and gears along the walls that are all constantly twisting and turning. There are various bits of, you can see like divots and grooves throughout the wall. And like in this single frozen memory, there are like little lines of blue light that are shooting throughout the various different divots, possibly carrying electricity to the various different machinations that cover this metallic room. In the center of the room, there is a large spire. And in that spire, you can see there is a single large cylindrical white aether crystal that kind of floats, almost tethered by arcane energy. There are various tables that are kind of laying around, and you can see Kelric is standing above one, looking at a pair of blueprints for an aether boomstick. You can see Elytris is standing over at the spire, and her hand is reaching towards that aether crystal that is kind of floating aloft there in the sky. Right before she grabs it, everybody make perception checks for me. Besides Kelric.
It's cocked.
Oh no!
Oh shit.
You're not perceiving nothing.
11.
DM, I'd like to remind you, Genera and Ghost Rios are both privy to these memories. If they'd like to.
I'll roll for him.
Sure. I mean, I know Ghost Rios would be right in there.
Yeah.
In memory. He'd be there.
How many times are you gonna roll there?
I'm just rolling.
Okay.
They're
What you got?
rolling 11.
10.
Holland, what you got?
I got a fat 9.
Oh, lucky for you guys. Genera got a 10, but he can't roll lower than a 24, so...
Jesus.
Wow, thanks, DM.
Don't think the DM thank these fists from campaign 3 and the one shot.
Yeah. You guys come out of the memory and... Genera's like, that's a... Two things. Beautiful workshop. Don't understand what any of it does. Did anybody else catch what was off?
I didn't see any butterflies.
You didn't see the butterfly. Wow, you're blind.
Safe to assume that
I'm sorry, did you say a butterfly?
Yeah. See any? Soft
DM
The
must
balcony. The
Oh,
doors
the
were
balcony.
the doors were wide open.
and
But you
that-
guys didn't come in that way.
DM, as they all leave the memory, Kelric's
Butterflies.
head
why
is
we
just
were
hung.
shocked there weren't any
He's not
butterflies.
listening.
I'm good.
The doors were wide open to the balcony. Now, in the dead of winter, snow calling down,
Oh no!
why would Lazarin leave his doors open?
For the butterflies.
Kelric and Eldris didn't enter that way. Somebody else was in that shop. We might not be able to see it, but I'd venture someone else was there.
Genera, that's the same balcony Elytris and I sat on 10 minutes before, just watching the snowfall.
I wouldn't be so sure.
No, it was. I can show you the memory. We found that, yeah, I mean, the door was open, but... we
The
just-
door was already open when you guys went out?
Oh no, we came upon the floor there and we watched as the sky turned a little bit orange. I mean, yeah, we came back in and that's when that memory happened. But yeah, we were out there for 10 minutes on that balcony watching the snowfall. It was the first snowfall of the year.
Generic kind of reaches out and puts his hand on his shoulder. It's okay to have doubts. You don't have to blame yourself.
It's not doubts. I'm explaining a timeline, Genera. Thinking back to the fucking pickle fisherman, can I cast Identify?
Pickle fisherman?
The pickle man. Sorry, not the pickle fisherman. No, because he was in such. He had like a thing at the docks, like the harbor. What the hell? Anyway, can I cast Identify on myself?
That's the best thing I've heard all week.
Is that a thing?
I don't see why not.
I'd like to start working on it now that I'm fucking sus as hell.
Sus as hell.
I'd like to work on identifying myself.
Sure.
Sure. My memory's being called into question. This is whack.
No, we just think you hate yourself a little too much.
Unfortunately for you, there is no modified memory spell affecting you.
Okay. So my point is valid.
But
Yes. Well, sorry, Matt. It was written in my backstory. We did come upon the floor and we did sit out and watch the sun come to sunrise a little bit. And then we got inside, and that's when everything went to hell.
But
But
did you open the
kids
door?
breaking in, sitting on top of the apartment. No, the door was already open when we got there. I wrote that in, and Matt picked that up. That was what I was trying to get at.
That's Gennaro's point. Why was the fucking door open?
It is Daenerys' point, and now Kelrick has confirmed it to himself.
I will tell you what else you catch with Identify, though.
Wait, fucking what?
There is a heavy sense of chronoturgy magic that surrounds the entirety of your body.
Oh, pardon?
What do I even say? What the hell? You know what? I'm just gonna pocket that one for a minute later. Just gonna put that away.
Sounds like a problem for future Kelrick, but
I'm flummoxed as hell, sir.
So,
Look. Go ahead.
I know we've talked about all of this, and we've seen all these memories. The question is now, though, what the fuck are we doing?
Osrias instantly chimes in. Well, I'd like to get Elytris out of jail. That's what I would like to do.
That was my assumption. How are we doing that?
Very carefully.
Are we trying to prove their innocence? Are we just running a jailbreak? I'm on board with either plan. I'd just like to have one.
I'm on board for a
have
jailbreak.
an idea.
But
I feel like we don't have. I understand what you all are getting at, and I know that we need to go looking before we have the answers, but I don't think we have enough for a jailbreak. And I don't... Kosrias, I trust you, but this sounds absurd.
I have an idea. I think we might be able to find out what's going on here. I've got a friend back home that or a thing or two. He's definitely moved his way up gang over the past couple of years, and he of what's going on.
we can hear you.
He would have an idea is what he meant to say.
Osrias kind of looks over to you. What do you mean we don't have enough for a jailbreak? It'd just be like the time we would steal from Old Man Tiberius. We could just run the old plays.
Yes, I know. the lost farmer could work, and that's. I'm not saying it couldn't work. This is far more complicated, and you need a key. And God's for Dom, I can't keep it from you two. You saw what I was working on. I was just trying to figure out if we had a very, very strange encounter with a pickle man earlier. I know how that sounds. It's
Pickle man?
just dismiss it, okay? Just leave it at that.
Motherfucking pickle
It's not the
man.
point.
Generic kind of chimes in. I'd like to hear more about this pickle man.
Just hold on. He should be joining us for dinner in a little bit. We forgot to fetch him.
Here,
Tell you what,
Gennaro,
why don't
open the
you,
jar.
Helen, will you send Spud real quick to go get the pickle man because we forgot about him.
I have not forgotten about the pickle.
Helen, please send Spud to go get.
Is that the man that's
pickle
standing out front asking for me? I didn't know who he was.
There's what?
Yeah, he was. Okay, can I get back
it's
to
our
my?
it's our pickle seller.
I'm under a lot of stress, and I'm quite frankly out of my wits here, and I'm getting frustrated because this is the only time that I've never known what's going on. Give me Genera codes for us. Do you know what chronoturgy is?
I have no idea what that is. Costa Rios. Genera. Perhaps.
Okay, well, I know, Genera, you might have some wizard friends, some people capable of casting a simple spell. It is able to determine if magic is upon anyone. I'm quite simply covered in chronoturgy magic. I can't even make out what spell specifically it is. I thought maybe my memory when you guys brought up the balcony had been modified, like the pickle man, but the pickle man was important, put him to the side. But it's just chronoturgy, it's all time. I'm obsessed with time.
Sorry,
but I didn't think
Keller,
it was-
did you?
Would you like me to take a look?
If only to confirm I'm not going fucking insane in Gods for Dome, yes.
In the meantime, could somebody go get the pickle man?
It's not the pickle man.
Bud is already
Maybe
on it. He is like 20 miles an hour towards the door.
Spud's going full R2, just.
So Spud runs up there, eventually comes back with the man, and he just kind of like peers in. Am I interrupting? I can come back later.
I'm back.
They told me
Come on
to
in, friend.
They told me to come here for meeting with someone.
Yeah. Fine, come on in.
And just kind of like bows. They mentioned you might have work. Genera just kind of like shakes his head for a short minute. I will set you up. Meet with the lady out front. She'll give you her assignment for tomorrow. How are you with the sword? Just eyes go wide. No?
He's a salesperson.
I'm a farmer, actually.
He's a previous salesperson farmer.
Oh, come on, we're in the Republic. You guys could at least give him a gun.
This fine gentleman is a farmer who was swindled into buying pickles.
I like
Now
pickles.
we're after the pickle. Here, open a jar.
That in a jar that are unopenable.
So,
Natural 20.
Hell.
You gotta be fucking shitting me.
Yeah, but it's a skill check, sir.
Yeah, I can't make it.
oh my god.
Genera ain't that strong.
And so we
Weak
bought
ass
his pickles
bitch.
from him and then undid the magic that was cast upon him by this slimy salesperson.
Now we're gonna kick his ass.
And we just wanted to
Sounds like a noble quest.
help this gentleman out. I don't know if
I'll put him to work. If anything, he can be a bodyguard or a travel with the caravans.
Bye, friend.
Bows and thanks you guys a million times before leaving the room. About this time, the spell ends. Well, that's a new one.
I've heard mention of this magic from. I'm dabbling a bit, as little as I can. I don't have much, but it's from the. Sorry, I got distracted by studio things. My friend here, as I point to our ASMR redhead in the corner, who's being unusually quiet.
Mm-hmm.
She's got light dealings with it, or being affected by it, and I don't know as much as I'd like.
So, I can't identify a spell, if any, is affecting you. But the magic, it almost seems like it's tethered to something. There's an aura about you that irradiates chrono magic.
I take the book and I take the spell book from Novia?
Novia.
Novia. I'll never get it right. And chuck it onto the table.
Your book?
Yeah. If I had to guess.
Well, it isn't yours, right? It's the book you gave Novia, who then gave it back to you in the past?
I didn't
From the
I
future?
didn't give it to her. No, it's from another time. It's from something that hasn't happened yet and won't happen yet because we changed it. Me meeting you all changed that.
Well, we sort of changed it,
It
at
was
least.
it was just going to be you and me and Delamonte, Tofin, but we chose a different path.
I'm aware.
And you would have died. And Delamonte would have lived. And I would have been old and still losing if it wasn't for the rest of them. So that book is not from here. Never was. It's
Well.
from somewhere that to us doesn't exist. But to somewhere else is a reality.
You know who we need to take this to?
No,
There's-
I don't.
There's a man who specializes in chronoturgy magic. Albeit he doesn't like people to know that. But the headmaster at the magic school in the Zartalas Empire, name is Leon.
Yeah, I've heard the name. Once.
Specializes in chronoturgy magic. And is probably the leading expert on it.
I would ask if he has any connections with the Dreyma syndicate before we make any decisions. Our friend here and the rest of us are very wary
And
of that syndicate.
I could look into it, but not that I know of.
Kosrios, if you've got the time to spare, I ask it.
When everything's said and done with Elytris, I'd be more than happy to.
Thank you.
Uh,
I'll just give him another hug.
Gennaro will
He's
kind
got
of
the G.
stand up. So what's the plan? Is it a jailbreak? Are we going to clear her name? Are we going to investigate these corrupt individuals to find the truth?
All of
Or are
the
we going to
above?
just leave it as is?
I think we all know we're not just going to leave it.
Genera, Kosrios, what is your assumption that if we find proof that this whole that our guilt, Elytris's mind's guilt is false, what is your confidence level that it can be reversed in a way by the law?
Well, so long as we can prove it. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to have your names cleared.
Could I give my personal opinion? Take that as a yes.
You're my friend, yes. Yeah.
I don't. From the way it sounds like we are short on time.
I was just thinking I was going to buy time.
Well, I disagree with that, if you're thinking what I'm thinking. My thought to buy time was to bust your friend out of jail. And then we prove their innocence.
Breaking someone out of jail would be a crime in itself, no?
I've committed lots of crimes. All we're doing is getting an innocent person out of a jail they don't belong in.
It seems fair to me.
Justice. We could do it the legal way if there's like a bail of some sort, but I kind of doubt that. So, secretly breaking someone out of jail and then proving their innocence, they never link us to the crime of breaking them out of jail, all is fine. And if we do prove this conspiracy that we seem to believe is happening, then they shouldn't give a shit anyways if we broke someone out. Red Eagles will be heroes in another land.
Yay!
2 down, a couple more to go.
Not sure I agree. I don't think that flies. If we break Elytris out, she's immediately a criminal for a jailbreak. And whether or not we get tied into that, it's not the problem. Anyone who's involved, I mean, look, they've got Kosrias and Genera here on this side. I worry. I worry that
You worry too much.
I'm worried that they've got a Kosrias and a Genera on the other side, and why wouldn't they? It's international
now.
relations.
I'm one of a kind.
I didn't mean it. I meant people who can seek out the truth. It's no offense to you, but I saw a whole panel of queen and king's helpers in the Zartalos Empire that were just able to see anyone they wanted. No offense, sir, but I don't think it's terribly difficult, unless you're protected against it, which we are not, and I'm not, and none of us are.
Would you like to be?
Certainly be helpful.
Was he gonna cast non-detection? I don't remember how long it lasts.
You can cast that or provide you guys with a number of amulets. I have the means of protecting you all, but at a cost.
Kosrias, there's one way I see this going down.
That was Genera talking, just so you know.
Yeah. Sorry. I'll let Genera finish. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're good. That's all he had.
Kosrias, there's only one way I see this going down. Remember the old haunt?
Vaguely.
Beggars get jailbreak. It buys us time. It's gonna give us enough time.
I don't know about that one.
You got a better solution?
What are we talking about?
Why don't we get there first and then we can put all our cards on the table and see what we might find?
If we don't find shit, Kosrias, it's beggars get jail time. She won't hang for me.
We'll find something.
Okay. You're right.
If we are
We're
going
making
to do
decisions
this, though,
just now.
Gennaro, I would like to take you up on your offer of protection from magical...
A magical
flying.
sight.
Yes. And I believe Kelric had an eye on a map? Atlas?
Oh, you mean this? And just slams the book on the table.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's yours.
Yeah.
He slides it over to Kelric.
Oh,
Oh, well.
okay.
Call it a down payment for services rendered.
Was already... You know what? I'm not gonna ask. Gennaro, your generosity, only compounds how much of a good friend you are. Thank you, sir.
The amulets, on the other hand, a bit pricey and hard to get a hold of that many. I have one. I can provide you with one for now. In the meantime, while I secure others, there are a few things that I could need taken care of here in town. Perhaps when you get back, or before you leave, depending on the scarcity of how much time you want to pour into clearing your friend's name.
I would be worried about being scryed upon while we attempt to clear their name.
Now, what I need done has to deal with those people we just dealt with on the beach. So I don't know how much of interest you have in tracking them down.
I personally would love to.
There's only one Fearbolg. I believe he had a number of capabilities I considered arcane. I think in line with my abilities.
Oh, there's
think
many
it's
more
only
than
one.
just him.
Right.
And unfortunately, my information shows they have a hideout here in Port Hare.
I think we could clear them out. Maybe a few more of these amulets and then...
It will take me a day or two to secure more amulets and have them transported here, so if you guys have the time, stay here in town. Track down a few cultists, gather what information you can. We'll see, maybe we'll figure out what they're up to. And then you can be off to the city of Zakarat.
DM, real quick clarification for me. The amulets were amulets against proof against detect notification.
Correct.
Like yeah, okay.
So that you
Gotcha.
can't be scryed upon.
Right. Okay.
He's offering one as a down payment, one for everyone if you guys complete his quest.
Sure. Sounds like a fair deal to me. Avaria?
Whatever you guys want to do.
Free shit.
This is
Need to go
what we're
smash
doing,
stuff.
and when we're done with this, Avaria, we've got some very powerful allies to free you know who. And
Who we freeing?
I will have the sorry, I was trying to
Bring
say
my
this out of your
horsies!
shot, if it's fair.
But
And some very powerful allies to help us along the way. And this book that I kind of like show her. This is going to allow me to do the kind of things that Gennaro does, and I can get us out of where we don't want to be immediately,
There we go.
wherever we want. So like,
All right.
the doors have been opened, Avaria. We just need to seal this deal, and then we're.
Let me know who I need to hit
told
with
you-
my stick.
I told you that we would go back for that, and we will. It's
Of
on
course I
my
got it.
keen to do. We still have a key of recall to get back there, and we're going to do it. I promise you.
Let me know who to hit with my stick.
That's
All
right.
You
Yeah.
think too much. You know that, right?
I'm obsessed with getting it all right, and it never goes right with this group, and it drives me insane.
Well,
We do this and we nail it, and then we go on to the next. One day, you're going to be wrong, Tophin. I'm going to be planning 10 things, and they're all going to be right.
I look forward to it.
Yeah. Me too.
well then, I'd like to welcome you all to the White Griffins Trading Company. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. And that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Boy.
Fuck some people up.
Finally,
We cannot
some
forget about
fucking
Pickle Man.
allies.
Huh?
Pickle
Some
Man.
goddamn allies.
Pickle Man.
Yeah, we do have to go fuck up that wizard too.
Yep.
Perrin's gonna be the new BBEG of this campaign.
He is on the docket. I am going to kill him.
Yeah, he's on the to-do list. Not in that way.
I mean, maybe.
Oh boy.
Well,
Oh boy.
Never say never.
chat, thank you for joining us tonight. Everyone have a good evening. We're gonna sign off,
Worst salute I've ever done.
and we'll see y'all on Monday.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Good night.
Oh yeah.